We need more dogs.
Jason Sukanik.
Try to let it out the front door. Cat's still going crazy in there.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Be a dog.
105.1 and 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
What it do? Here, let me turn on your mic for you. There you go.
Hello.
You're on. You're hot. You're on. Listen, we're going to do a little on-air producing here out of the get-go. You're good. Yeah, you're good. It's a little different equipment here. Hey, what's going on? We're out here at the Kinger.
We're on.
We're at the Kingston. Okay, so hold on. Let me flip this knob, see what this does.
This is the learning game.
Let me see what this
I
does.
can't hear
there we go.
I can't hear a thing in my
How
headphones.
about that?
But I
Is
can
that
hear
better?
you sitting next to me. So
perfect.
Let's do that.
I think we're the only things on.
All I really
Lot
need
of
to
you,
do
lot of me.
is hear you.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't
Okay,
know if
I think
can hear
we're set.
anything else, but all right.
Yeah. Okay, so this equipment is new. Hey, what it do?
And by new mean we worse.
Hey, you know what I heard? So we're at the Kingston, and we'll tell you all about it in a second.
Yes.
Okay. And we're inside, and there's AC.
Which is nice. I was a little worried when I pulled up.
Yeah.
And I walked into the iconic Kingston. I couldn't find us initially.
Yeah.
And my fear was, oh my God,
We're in the
they
basement.
put us outside. I was like, because there's two entrances. There's the Burnside and the Morrison.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, we're on the sidewalk, and it's like 109 degrees.
I've done shows out there before.
I was a little panicked, and then I saw the great Joe Fisher, and he goes, no, just
No.
keep going to the right, and you'll find us. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Reyka Vodka would not put us outside
No.
today.
Well, I trust Reyka Vodka.
Yeah, and they're here.
Those are my Icelandic brethren.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. We're here courtesy of Reyka Vodka. We'll get to all that.
Yes.
But, okay, so I was just talking. We were having all kinds of engineering issues
Yes.
in a stunning turn of events
That's never happened.
right before we went on the air. And our man here told me, Josh, this is new equipment. I said, well, wow, that's great. The company sprung for new equipment.
We love that, right?
And it is nice. I
Sure.
mean, we sound good. My headset sounds good. I feel good. Everything's great.
Well, I can't hear anything, but I'm going to take your word for it that it sounds
Well,
amazing.
just play with your knobs.
Well,
I mean, don't play with your knob.
I'm not going to play with my knob here in public.
Play with your knobs.
I'm going to wait till the break, and then I'll start
Yeah,
playing with.
that's what
I feel like if I start touching things
See
now,
the green? It's lighting up green. That means we're hot. We're on. We're hot.
I'm loving it right now.
So anyway, he said, "Oh well, Odyssey did a deal with Comrex.
Oh,
So all of our Odyssey shows.
do we know what Comrex is?
Well, that's this.
Oh, okay.
Idiot.
Sorry for not knowing the inner workings of
Yeah.
Comrex.
Look at this thing.
God, I don't know where Camas football plays. I don't know who some Pulsero guy
How
is.
long have you been in radio?
And now I don't know what Comrex is.
That's
My
our,
God.
That's our equipment.
What am I even doing?
And
I'm going to get that
it's,
tattooed on me now.
it's working great. So, so I think everything's settled, but a little dicey
There.
right before we got on.
Yeah.
Lowercase is back in the stewed.
Yeah.
He's holding it down for us today, and we appreciate that. Steven will be back tomorrow. The Kingston. Bro, I got to tell you,
Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose.
this place brings back so many fond memories for me.
Me too. I have a
Because-
piece of my history right here.
So when I first moved to Portland, your fine burg,
Yes.
I set up shop up Skyline Boulevard in one of those crappy apartments up there.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful area. And I would walk my dog. You remember old Bo Cephas?
I remember Bo Cephas.
He made the trip with me.
Rest in peace. I loved Bo.
R.I.P. He was a great dog. He was an old golden retriever. He came with me. It was just me and him. We didn't know anybody. And I would walk through Forest Park, and I would always be in awe. I'm like, oh my God, this park. It feels like I'm out in the middle of a national forest, and I'm
Right there by
like
the city.
a mile from my apartment.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was the most amazing place. So as I and this was my bar days, basically my entire 20s.
Sure.
And I told you this story once, but I was walking down West Burnside here downtown, and the Bitter End had a guy painting. Is a bar across from Providence Park there,
Yeah.
across from the Kingston here. He had a guy. There was a guy in there painting the walls, and I just went in. I was like, "Hey, I was bartender back in Kansas City. You looking for help?" He said, "Yeah." And his name was John Prell. He was the owner of the Bitter End, and he hired me. And so I got a job at the Bitter End across from the Kingston. And so my my drinking and beer swilling bar days.
Your Portland career
continued here in Northwest Portland, where I was at the Kingston constantly.
Well, you can't drink at your bar. That's
well, we
kind of
did.
Well, you got to go next door.
But it was only beer and wine at the time, so the Kingston was a much better option.
Yes.
And, we had a lot of friends here. Gary is sitting up there. He's the owner. He is an old friend. My wife worked in here back in the day. And the main bartender here, Brian, who's not here yet, but I think he's in tonight, he is my wife's cousin.
That's amazing.
So we have just
and everyone's still here.
Yeah, so many memories. And there's a lot of regulars that are still here.
Yep.
And the game, Providence Park, is right across the street. We would go to, remember old Tim Walsh? Remember the coaches show?
Absolutely.
Portland State football
Yes.
coaches show. Gavin and I would do that show every Saturday morning and then get drunk with Tim Walsh in here. Such good times. And it's just cool because I'm 51. I'm old. We don't go out as much anymore. It's just cool to come back down here and see it still popping.
Yeah. My piece of history is when I got hired here, I got hired with the great Iron Furnace and the somewhat great Dennis Glasgow. And so when I got hired,
he was great.
He was great.
Just
I'm
ask
just
him.
giving him a hard
Just
time.
ask
Just ask him. He'll tell
Just
you.
ask him.
He's the reason why we're together if
Just
you
ask
ask him. So when I got hired, I originally got hired, and it was going to be me and Ian. And then before it really got going, it turned out it was me, Ian, and Dennis. And our very first meeting that the great Alan Davis put us all together where we got introduced to the three of us.
Alan Davis.
Where my radio career started.
By the way, Alan Davis now in Buffalo.
Yes. Dennis in D.C., I believe, and the great Iron Furnace in Seattle.
Yeah.
Me still here.
All of them moving on to bigger and better except for you.
Not me, right here. That meeting where I was officially hired and told that I was going to do this show, which I am doing now 23-ish years later with you, is in one of those corner booths right here at the Kingston.
There. Love it.
And the best part of that meeting is Alan Davis proposed as a way to get to, because none of us, well, me and Ian knew each other a little bit because I had done some of his, I had done his show a couple times when I was a player at BYU. He was from Salt Lake. Neither one of us had ever met Glasgow. And Alan Davis had set it up. We met here like on a Thursday, and on Saturday, he wanted us to go and paint a fence.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to be his big moment where we all got together, got to know each other, and painted a fence. And Ian Furness told him in no specific terms, kiss my ass. I'm not painting a fence. I'll see you on Monday to do the show.
I think it was for charity.
Yeah, it was some Habitat for Humanity, I think.
That's charity.
Yeah, well, Furness was like, no. Leg went up on the table, said, it's glad to meet you guys. We can talk about whatever. What time do you want to get here on Monday? I'm not painting a fence. And right then it set a tone, and I appreciate that tone. And from there on out, the couple years we worked together, we gave nothing back to the community. That much I can assure you. All because of Furness's refusal to paint that fence.
A lot of people don't know this about Furness. Quite averse to charity.
Yes.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah, he's saying no.
Nice guy,
Yeah.
but hates kids,
hates
hates
the
charities.
The homeless? Are you kidding me? The Habitat for Humanity people? No. But yeah, so the Kingston, this is actually where I probably officially, you could say, I got hired.
The Kingston.
So this,
What show history?
Yeah. All inside these brick walls.
Yeah. And then downstairs, since my wife used to work here and I was a regular here, I've been privy to the basement.
Yes.
And it has one of the Shanghai
the tunnels.
tunnel drops.
I can't say I've ever been in the Kingston basement.
Yeah. Well, it's right behind you here.
You got to prove yourself in the basement.
Yeah, you do.
Things happen in the basement.
Things go down.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
That's an after-hours sort of thing.
Yeah, cool place. And so we're right across from Providence Park where the Timbers, your Timbers, my Timbers, our Timbers, are going to be taking on FC Dallas.
Yes, but without their coach. He's got visa problems.
Tonight. Oh.
Yeah. They're working through that.
So they're coachless?
They got the interim guy who helped them kick the hell out of Seattle the other night, 5-1. But, yeah, the new guy, he's not old Manny Supreme. Marty Supreme, not Manny, Marty. Yeah, he's working through some visa stuff right now.
All right.
So he'll be here in short order.
Well, it's High Kick Wednesday.
Yes.
We got to thank Reka Vodka. They're the ones having us out here, so you should get a Reka vodka drink.
Absolutely.
When you're in here.
Well, that's my Icelandic people right there.
Yeah. And they are offering a chance for you to enter to win 4 tickets to a future Timbers game.
Ooh.
So that's another incentive. We also have, here at Odyssey, Joe Fisher is here. You can meet Joe Fisher.
I believe he's decked out in full, I don't know if that's Timbers or Thorns gear. He's ready, I believe, to play female soccer.
He does have a kit on.
Yes.
And then Dusty is here.
Yeah. Dusty not prepared to play any soccer.
You can see
Joe,
Dusty's
though,
new hairdo.
ready to corner kick at any moment.
Yeah.
Now, is that
Looking
Thorns or is that Timbers? No, it's Timbers.
Yeah, it's Timbers.
Right.
It's the red one.
I stand back.
Again,
Joe is ready to play male soccer.
I'm sorry. I've got a real problem with teams with jerseys and or kits that are not their colors.
It gets a little confusing.
I just don't understand
Well,
that.
it's the Rose City thing.
Okay, well then be red or pink.
No.
They're green.
It's called the alternate kick.
I wore green and black. Look at what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Green and black. I did that.
You went Timbers
for
colors.
my Timbers.
Yeah.
And here's Joe wearing a red Timbers kit.
Well, but
Makes no sense.
Joe's actually wearing Timbers gear.
Yeah, I know, but it's stupid.
And
we have free tickets to the Grand Prix of Portland, too.
So
And I
basically,
think we'll just hand them out to you.
there's a lot of reasons to come down here, but mainly just come drink. Come drink, wander over to the Timbers game, meet us, and then you can win lots of stuff too.
Yeah. Are we going to get LeBron news today?
Well, I think we kind of already got LeBron news, and then we had – I mean, the cat's out of the bag. I mean, it's done. The Heat botched it, and that kid's already been fired. I don't know if you saw that.
Travis Demers got fired?
Well, I think everyone. As far as I know, the last one out of the Blazers office, please shut the door.
Yeah.
It might be
It's
one of those
sad.
things where Tom Dundon and like there's 3 other people there.
Yeah,
no one works there
We'll get to
anymore.
that in a second. But, yeah, the Heat – so, as I predicted, Miami will likely get LeBron James.
Yeah, so –
But they accidentally posted a video on social media teasing an introductory press conference for LeBron for July 27th.
and then they had to come back and say – it was on YouTube. And then they had to come back and say, no. That was just a placeholder in case they signed him. And then
and apparently a lot of people believe that.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
And
but
then
they do.
Miami, they fired someone because they posted today for some sort of YouTube supervisor, a.k.a. some poor bastard got his ass canned over that. So, and my guess is LeBron's not thrilled about it.
You know, that makes me sad because you know who that would be if we made that mistake?
It's like Jackson.
My man Jackson.
Yeah.
And we can't have that.
No.
But he also wouldn't make that mistake.
No. But you kind of feel bad because
At least I hope.
someone told that YouTube person, hey, create this. We can't announce it yet. And they probably just had it was probably like one of the, you click one button to save it and one button to publish it, and they clicked the wrong button, and, you know. We've had that over the years.
Really don't know
We've
why it needs
we've
to
had a
be-
couple social media people that have stepped in it.
But why does he need to be fired? I mean, okay, he made a mistake.
No, that's more than that's.
I mean, it's probably some young person. I wouldn't fire him over that. It was a big mistake, but so what? Learn from your mistakes.
Unfortunately, when you're in a position that no one really cares about and isn't very well paid, you're easily replaceable, and that's probably one of those things that gets you fired.
I know.
Probably because his boss is the one taking a lot of heat for it, and that boss needs a fall guy. Therefore, the Miami version of Jackson is
here's another thing.
gone.
LeBron's kind of a bitch when it comes to this stuff.
100%.
I mean, it's like apparently it came out that he's all pissed off because Adam Silver was rushing him.
Yeah.
And so that's why he's out of spite.
Yes.
He knew where he was going, but out of spite, he's just holding on to it because he wants to piss off the NBA. Like, dude, how petty can you be?
Well,
and then to care if this kid, I assume it's a kid, I don't know.
Yeah.
To care if this person gets fired, just go away.
If there's one person in the NBA that would do that, isn't it LeBron James?
Do what?
I don't know. Have some sort of
All of
charade,
this?
theater, sensitivity. Yeah. LeBron, everything about that guy is sensitive. And we all know this. The better the player, chances are the more sensitive he is. The fact that he's not going to make an announcement to spite Adam Silver because he's, quote, being rushed, that's all you need to know about LeBron James.
Jackson's listening because his cubicle is right next to the radio at the station.
Yes.
Can you believe that? You can hear our show outside of the studio at Odyssey Portland.
We actually have an old-timey transistor radio.
And Jackson said, you'd think I wouldn't make that mistake, but I just accidentally posted LeBron's introductory press conference for the Blazers.
Damn it. You know what? Now, if Jackson were smart, he would indeed post that.
That's fantastic.
With a graphic of him holding up the jersey.
Correct.
That would be. Now, that doesn't get you fired here. That gets you promoted.
Well, that might.
Well, it's not going to get you promoted because we don't promote, but it would get you an attaboy.
Might be considered trolling.
Yes. Well, what are we going to do? Fire you? We don't have we don't have anyone else.
No, we're happy to have Jackson.
Yes.
We're lucky to have Jackson.
Yeah.
And no, they would not fire him because it's like. But see, that's the other thing. If the Jackson equivalent is the guy at the Heat, that got fired.
Yeah.
You know, those guys are actually not a dime a dozen. I know they're low paid entry level.
Yeah.
But they're just not.
No, but the problem is now is that Jackson will be the new social media guy at the Heat. That's the thing. That donkey's going to get fired or got fired.
Dusty, you got to step up and pay
and they're probably calling Jackson right now. See, that's the thing.
The Heat are coming after him.
Jackson's not saying anything. Jackson's already packing his bags. You kidding me? That's suave, dude. He's just going to go get some more retro gear and move down to South Florida.
I could see him on Miami Beach.
He'd kill it down there.
Slapping around some fakes.
All of a sudden he starts wearing a lot of white pants. There's a lot of linen involved. Yeah, I 100% can see that.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, anyway, LeBron's probably going to Miami, but we don't know that.
Well, we do know that, but
we don't.
We do.
Well, we don't.
How great would it be, though? Like, follow me on this. So LeBron made up his mind to go to Miami. It was done. The Heat knew it, and LeBron was just waiting because he was LeBron.
And then he pivots.
What if this pissed off LeBron so much? And he's like, I want that son of a bitch fired, and the Heat pushed back on it, and then they did fire him, but it's too late, and now out of spite, LeBron leaves and goes to, like, Philadelphia. Would that be the greatest fumble of all time by a lowly YouTube supervisor that cost the Miami Heat LeBron James?
Oh, I would say that'd probably be number one.
It would be amazing.
And then he'd probably have to be fired at that point.
Probably. If he signs anywhere other than Miami, I want everyone to pile on to the conspiracy theory that it's that young man's fault. And that guy should go out and start doing interviews.
We're just assuming that it's a young man.
That's true.
We don't know.
Well, I'm not here to gender anybody.
Yeah.
Because then you get that YouTube clip going around of the kid freaking out. The pepper spray kid. You were watching it the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Lee or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was on the campus of Central Florida.
Yeah, Central Florida. There was a young person who was not she was not handling being misgendered. Had a little bit of a meltdown.
With decisions like LeBron's, how often do you think athletes, not LeBron, but athletes just say screw it and pick on a whim?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
flip a coin type of thing?
It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go there.
I don't think that ever happens, but
Ooh.
Oh.
Whoa.
We almost had
Whoa.
Something happen?
Well, I just see beer, and I don't see one in front of us.
It's a little rude.
It's a little rude.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
Just a little bit.
Thank you.
No.
Anyway, you know what I mean?
I don't think that happens.
You don't?
Nah. I mean, there's so much that goes into this.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you would think there is.
Yeah.
But then you get a dum-dum like, well, I hate to pick on anybody, but like, you remember Travis Outlaw?
Well, I think that just comes down to money then.
Yeah, maybe. But what if the money's all the same?
Women.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, on a whim.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Charles Barkley talks about this all the time. He chose Auburn because of it.
Well, see, this is my point.
Is that a whim, though?
Yes. I do. I don't think that should matter, and yet it does.
Yeah.
And yet like, that was the deciding factor. I often wonder about things like that.
When I was getting recruited, now not me because I was wholesome, plus I was a lineman and that didn't happen to me.
You didn't pick BYU for the chicks?
Oh, my God. I'm so dumb.
Well, they got a lot of hots.
They do got hots. They won't. It's just, don't get me started on that. But I did, there are a lot of guys back then. Now it's more about money. But there were plenty of guys that picked colleges based on whether or not they got laid on their recruiting trip.
Yeah, I mean, well,
that was a big deal.
Just the idea of fun, party schools.
Yes.
Like, that's a big thing.
Yes.
But I just mean, like, you're a free agent. You got 3 or 4 options. The money's the same. Maybe you're a single guy. I don't know. Or your kids are older. I don't know. Whatever the circumstances. And you're just like, you know what? I've never been there. Or you've probably played there on the road, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I've never spent much time there. I'm going to go there.
I mean, I suppose.
Hey, they have a casino down the street from the arena. I'm going to go there.
I'll tell you this. I will bet you that a lot of the reasons, if everything's equal, right, money, whatever, I'll bet you some of the reasons deep down are probably pretty thin. They're probably not that substantial. But I doubt it's a lot of flip a coin and heads Carolina, tails California type of stuff.
I don't know about flip a coin, but just like maybe weather.
Sure. Yes. Well, I know coach plays a big role. Like, I mean, obviously I know more about the NFL than I do the NBA, but I mean, guys talk in the NFL. Like, no one wanted to play for Marty Schottenheimer. No one wanted to play for Coughlin. I know Florida and Texas were big because of the tax situation. I mean, people don't like to come to Portland.
Yeah, the tax thing's big.
The tax thing's big. Club life, nightlife, things like that. I mean, that stuff shouldn't matter, but it certainly does.
Hell yeah. Well, maybe LeBron will go Maybe he will pivot to the Blazers, and Jackson will be right. And he'll be the new social media star of the nation.
Well, there's some pickleball player out there that said it's going to happen. Maybe that's what Tommy Two Nickels is doing.
No, she just said, all she said was Tommy Two Nickels was trying to get LeBron.
Well, Tommy Two Nickels is clearing all the decks that he can spend all the money on LeBron.
You want to talk about that next?
Oh, God. Do we have to?
Not really, but it should be mentioned.
I
think fans want to know.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about some more layoffs with the Blazers, and then we got a lot of college football talk today. I hate to tell you that.
Yeah.
But that's what I've prepared.
Well,
I was doing a lot of
I can't
college.
I can't wait to gobble.
I was doing a lot of college football homework today.
Ooh, look at you.
My award-winning show prep.
It went very heavy into the world of
Very
college
heavy.
football.
Well, you know how you get started on something?
Oh, yeah, rabbit hole.
So I started with Oregon. I was just kind of looking into Oregon. It's about that time of year. Like,
Are we
right?
ranking position groups?
No. I was just looking into Oregon, and then I was like, well, what about Indiana? And then I was like, well, what about Ohio State? Yeah. Before you know it, I got all the way down to, like, USC.
Oh, I was thinking maybe you got to Northwestern.
I got all the way down to Tulsa.
Did you see Chip in his little outfit?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Boy, talk about letting yourself go.
Chubby Chip, hard hat. Well, he let himself go a long time
I know.
ago. He's been a little chub for a long time.
I think it's kind of great, by the way.
But we don't, who needs to call somebody out on that? Now, the hard hat photo is kind of funny.
It's a little cringe.
But we'll get to that in a bit. The Blazers have made some layoffs. Unfortunately,
another one.
Some fans may not like it. We'll get to that coming up next. We are here for High Kick Wednesday at the Kingston Bar and Grill on West Burnside for the Timbers game tonight. Come on by and say hi. We'll be right back.
Now, here's a quick look at Portland traffic.
Well, you're right along northbound I-5 heading to the Interstate Bridge. Traffic is already crowding up. Plus, there was an earlier collision gone now before Lombard. No delays in the southbound direction. I'm Kim Vestal with traffic.
This traffic report brought to you by
Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the Wiesel approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire guard Bridget Carrollton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in a WNBA All-Star event. Carrollton will compete in the three-point contest during NBA All-Star Weekend starting this Friday, but before she does that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest, but make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NFL news for you per Ian Rappaport as the Seattle Seahawks have placed running back Zach Charbonnet on the physically unable to perform list ahead of the start of training camp as he continues to recover from a torn ACL. I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network. FM and 1080 AM.
All right, welcome back. We're at the Kingston Bar and Grill. Sports. High Kick Wednesday. West Burnside, Prov Park, Timbers FC Dallas, Reka Vodka, Joe Fisher, Dusty Hara, Big Sook.
Dogs and cats living together,
Dude,
mass hysteria.
This is awesome. Now, yesterday I wanted to tell you, for those that were not with us yesterday, at 5 o'clock, we had Jason Quick on. We had a good 15 to 20-minute chat with Jason Quick of The Athletic about the status of the Moda Center renovation deal. It was very good and insightful. If you'd like to check that out, it's on our YouTube page. It's also on anywhere, podcasts and all that stuff. I don't even know. Just go find it. Anyway, in there was one of the larger show reveals in our history.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right out of the blue.
This is all lies.
At the very end.
I'm so tired of these random rumors floating around. It's ridiculous.
So if you want to check that out, you'd want to find out what we're talking about. Go
Fake.
listen to the Jason Quick
Yeah,
interview.
if you want to hear a bunch of liberal propaganda BS, just more woke Portlandism coming at me, it's ridiculous. I won't stand for this. I'm not going to stand for this slander. Whole thing.
More Blazer news today.
Unfortunate news again.
Yeah, and
I keep
this
waiting for positive, the Blazers got a new puppy and
my neighbor got a new puppy.
What kind?
I don't know.
Well, puppies are great.
It was a mutt.
I want something.
Luna.
Luna. I want something good and positive. Yeah, can Tom Dundon just buy everyone Labradoodle puppies, and we can be maybe a nice bulldog? Every day it's just another kick in the nuts.
I'm a little surprised that it took them this long.
Yeah.
Because you knew this was coming. I don't know why they didn't do this when they laid off the first.
Well, it sounds like they were negotiating.
Yeah.
And they couldn't come to agreements with many people. And I thought Calabro had a great gotcha line in his statement.
Oh, I didn't see his statement.
Yeah.
So these are all broadcasting moves. Maury Brown of Forbes says several familiar names are departing your Portland Trailblazers. TV analyst Michael Holton, as well as statistician Tom Haberstroh.
Yeah. I guess the last couple years he's been
yeah, he's the guy they bring in periodically for a little
guy.
Analytics.
Yeah.
Former ESPN legend and Blazers television host Neil Everett.
So he does 15, 20 games a year. He's kind of a part-time guy, but yeah, he flies in and does those.
TV host Jamie Hudson.
Been there about 5-6 years. She's been there.
Yeah, we know her well. She's a sweetheart.
Great. Yep.
And then also Travis Demers, radio play-by-play man, and also a friend of ours.
Yeah.
So he got let go. And then they say that, of course, according to Mari, the status of TV play-by-play man Kevin Calabro is unknown.
No, we do know that.
Oh, we do know.
Yes.
Is he gone?
Calabro's done.
Ah, jeez. So they turfed them all.
Yeah, well.
Who's left?
So it sounds like, kind of reading through. So this stuff more stuff is coming out basically minute by minute. So it sounds like Demers and Calabro were not fired. Their contracts expired.
Okay.
And this is why nothing was done before now. They were negotiating. Calabro was offered what he called, quote, a subprime offer, which is what I thought was a beautiful little jab.
Yeah, because Dundon's a subprime loan guy.
He made his money. So Calabro said that he was offered a subprime, which, by the way, this is the same exact thing that happened in Carolina. He came in and he basically started making people lowball offers. They didn't take them, and he cleaned house. So Calabro was offered a subprime offer. He said it was not, quote, not worth my time. So he has stepped away. But everyone knows that when the Sonics come back, Calabro's taking the job in Seattle. So Calabro was a short timer anyways. And then it sounds like Demers is more than likely to be brought back in some capacity, but as a contracted employee through K2. So Demers may end up being the radio, or not the radio, but maybe the TV guy, because they said they're not going to simulcast. They said that the simulcast is off the table. So he may be brought back as a contracted employee and do the TV stuff, but we don't know yet.
But I tell you what, that's the old bait and switch where you get the same guy back, but you let somebody else pay him.
Yes. They're doing the Dutch Brothers model.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want you here, but we're not going to pay you. We're going to let someone else pay you. I mean, look, this sucks, but this is what he did in Carolina, and you knew this was coming here. And it just stings because anytime you're involving media personalities, those are people that for years and years have become interwoven in the fandom of Blazer land. And, you know, we talked about it yesterday. Dude, they fired Bill Schonely. Like, they fired Mike Barrett.
Yeah.
And no offense to anyone here because this sucks. I really like, and now I don't know Kevin Calabro. Nor do I think Calabro, by the way, is a Portland guy at all. Calabro took the job because it was the closest thing to Seattle. He doesn't even live here. And I would also like to point out that when they fired Barrett and hired Calabro, everyone was pissed that they brought in Calabro. Just like when they got rid of Sean's, everyone was pissed because they brought in Wheels, and then everyone loved Wheels. So while this does stink in the moment, this has happened and will continue to happen. It just sucks because we like these people. We know these people. They don't deserve this, but you knew this was coming, and it stinks. Like, there's no good way to put it, and hopefully eventually this stuff stops, and he just kind of gets through the cuts and the restructuring, and we come out the other side and we can move on. But it's been a PR disaster. He has not had a single good piece of PR move since he took over this team, and that's the reality of it.
Well, it certainly is, and he's not. I mean, he doesn't do himself any favors.
No, he does not.
Because he's not out there, and when he is out there, he's very cold.
Yep.
But you know, Paul Allen was weird and cold too.
Yes, he was.
I don't know. I don't find any of this. Even like if I'm separating personal feelings, I really like Travis. I really like Jamie. I really like Neil.
Yeah.
Neil Everett.
Great guy.
The others I didn't know. Oh no, I know. Actually, Michael Holton used to be my insuranceman.
Yeah, very nice guy.
He's a great dude too.
Yeah, I like them all. The only one I don't know is Calabro.
But if I separate my personal feelings, it's not none of this is unreasonable. It's unfortunately just the way it works.
Yeah.
When you get a new owner who's going to run it leaner than the last guy.
Yeah.
And that's just, again, it's all stuff we could have seen coming. I would imagine you talk to any of those people, they have been maybe not even on pins and needles for the last 3 or 4 months because they probably knew.
They knew.
So, again, there's nothing else to say other than it sucks. No. But they have to have, well, I think the one thing is, as I was about to say, they have to have people broadcast their games.
Yes.
So you will get broadcasters, and who knows, maybe they'll be excellent hires. I don't know. It's just going to be different.
Or maybe Travis moves to TV, and we get a new radio.
What's going to happen is it's probably going to be simulcast.
No,
and
they said no.
They said, okay, so they have come out and said that.
I believe it was Joe Freeman or Sean Hyken said that the simulcast is off the table.
Okay.
Which surprised me.
I don't believe that, but okay.
In Carolina, they simulcast, and they did a TV broadcast, and so when I heard all this, I was like, well, that's what's happening. But it was reported earlier today, maybe 2 hours ago, and I'll find the tweet. I want to say it was Joe Freeman that said that the simulcast is off the table.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah.
Either that or, I hate to say this, Do they need a radio broadcast?
Well, I
hate to say it. I'm in the radio business, but do they?
I don't know. I personally think that the NBA, I think any sport, between TV and radio, is two different things. And as a radio guy that I like listening to sports on the radio, do you need one? No. Do I think it's kind of a cheap way to save a buck? Yes. I think that's kind of a crappy, well, not kind of. I think it's a crappy thing to do. And he owns the team. He can do what he wants. And I've been fairly, I don't know, I've tried to be fairly reasonable, a guy coming in and cleaning house, because we don't make a lot of money and we spend a lot of money, and that's not the way business works. I think if he does this is one of the times I will say, much like the two-way player thing, it's a cheap, lousy way to save a buck, and it's not a lot of money, so why are you nickel and diming something that really doesn't cost a lot?
Yeah.
Other than that's just who he is.
That's how he runs things. I mean,
yes.
It sounds like the guy just has a formula, and
this is what he does.
He
takes emotion out of it.
He is implementing his formula.
Yes.
And I'm sure there will be more after this. So we'll wait and see, but
well, eventually it stops because you've
you can only run so lean.
Restructured and you've cleaned house.
Yeah, we'll see. By the way, Engineer Dylan is in. Remember him?
I love Engineer Dylan.
Yeah, he's Texas. He said NBA rules actually prohibit the simulcast.
No, they don't. It's if I'm not mistaken, you can't.
You should fight Engineer Dylan.
Well,
I don't think he would win.
I don't know. Maybe he's like maybe he's like a kung fu wizard or one of those martial arts that
actually
actually works.
I could see it.
Yeah. I love the guy that tells me that, he's a black belt in Taekwondo. And I'm like, would you earn that when you're like 10? He's like, no, 12. I'm like, I believe the rule is you cannot, the TV broadcast has to, I'm going to double check. You can remote broadcast the road games. You cannot do it on the home games, I believe it is what it is. So I will look into that, but there's some wiggle room there, but I do not think it prohibits you from simulcasting.
You can remote broadcast?
Yeah, you can. Like the Toronto the Toronto Raptors don't send. They're the one squad that doesn't send their.
But they did that during COVID.
But I believe the TV guys have to travel.
Have to. Okay. Well, but that still wouldn't prevent a simulcast, even if they're traveling. You can still play it on the radio.
I believe so.
So that's a simulcast.
I have not heard anything that I've read in all this that says that it prohibits simulcasting.
Well, here's what we do know.
The NHL, you can do it.
What we do know is that whatever's the cheapest, they will do.
It certainly sounds that way, yes.
All right. Let's take a break. Sad day over there for the broadcast crew with the Blazers, and we'll see where it goes from here. Coming up next, a little college football stadium talk. Chubby Chip hard hat when we return.
The biggest questions of the day.
Would he be our best player?
Or not.
It's vanilla.
Oh,
slightly.
Get out of here.
Stop.
Get out of here. Vanilla ice cream.
So we'll see. It is High Kick Wednesday. We are live from the Kingston Bar and Grill. West Burnside, Timbers FC Dallas tonight. Reyka Vodka is here, and if you stop by, we're back in the back. You can enter to win 4 tickets to a future Timbers game. So we're going to do a little college football the next couple seggies.
It's the Big 12.
Yeah, so the Gobbler is next. I found out, again, I was doing a lot of college football work today, and I found out something new regarding the college football playoff that I did not know.
Oh.
It's new this year.
So I'll be interested to see, was this the product of great research now or poor research the last 8 months? Bit of both?
Probably both.
Okay.
But, you find out when you find out.
That's true.
And I found out today.
Well, you effed around and found out. Happens to the best of us.
So Chubby Chip Kelly is now at Northwestern.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say that. That's not very nice. Why
It's
would
not
I
very
say
nice.
that?
I don't know.
Why would I say that?
Well, it's the photo of him. Again, every one of us at some point in our life, look, I'm certainly guilty of this. We swell, we contract. It's why I say we're all like pieces of driftwood. It happens. We go with the tides. Chip has been on what I would call a bulk phase for about 15 years. And it feels like maybe he's spending, because he's in Chicago now, I feel like maybe he spent a little too much time at Pequod's and Portillo's.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of deep dish pizza that's been happening, and he knows.
Well, but that's been true. I mean, he was never really.
No, but
remember
the story, like when he got the job as
he's
the
getting
OC,
older.
He was out there like running routes.
Yeah.
The only thing he's doing at this point is button hooking his way to a buffet.
Yeah. Well, there's a photo of him, and he's in a hard hat. And he's in one of those reflector jackets.
It's not a good look.
Because, so he's the offensive coordinator at Northwestern now, for those who don't know. And he was being interviewed because they are in the new Ryan Field at Northwestern.
And by the way, that stadium looks amazing.
Incredible.
That looks so cool.
So that led me down a rabbit hole. Not the Chip Kelly photo, but just I'm like, wait, why is he wearing a hard hat? I was like, oh, yeah, they're building a new stadium. Yeah. So it's not quite done, but it is almost done, and you should look it up.
Remember when Oregon played there and they had to play in that like makeshift bleacher thing on the water?
Yeah, they actually didn't they build that makeshift stadium, temporary stadium just for that?
Yes.
So this is the new Ryan Field. It's at Northwestern, and they paid $850 million for it, which I got to say, for a new stadium in today's economy,
it's a good deal. That's
not terrible.
No.
Well, because I was just reading that Florida, at the Swamp, and they're not even building a new stadium. They're just renovating the Swamp. $1.45 billion.
Yes.
Almost double what Northwestern built from the ground up.
Well, remember, Northwestern is doing kind of what they're doing. They basically took the Minnesota model. This is what Trey Aikman wants UCLA to do. Like when you're Florida, I don't know what Ben Griffin, that's the Swamp. I don't know what that holds. My guess is 85, 90,000. But at Northwestern and at UCLA and Minnesota, you can't do that. So Ryan Field holds like 33, I think. It's like 32.
I thought they said 35.
35? Okay. So what they're doing is they're building these smaller, intimate stadiums, keeping the cost down, and being like, hey, we'll just fill up. We'll make a really nice stadium that we can fill up, and there's no need to do these extravagant $1.5 billion. Whereas Florida, you got to have the swing and D. Like you can't, if you're Florida, you can't build a 40,000 seat minimalist stadium.
No, but I guess. Well, I think the interesting thing is nobody's really building new stadiums.
No.
Like I look through the history.
Just refurbing.
I just looked through the history of the brand new college football stadiums.
Ben Griffin, by the way, almost 90.
And it's few and far between. Yeah, it's 88.5 at Florida. And they are refurbishing it. They say they're going to do wider concourses, new club level, premium suites, but they're going to keep their lower bowl intact because they want the atmosphere to stay the same. But they're going to spend almost $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And they're not even getting a new stadium. So I just wonder, as revenues grow, and they will grow exponentially over the next 10, 20 years, I wonder if new big shiny college football stadiums are coming. I wonder if there will be a run on these because I looked through all the new ones, ground up new ones over the last, my God, I went all the way back to 1998.
Yeah.
So in the last 28 years, you know how many brand new college football stadiums we have? And I'm not even counting some of the smaller schools.
Probably not a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
7.
Can you name them?
Well, Minnesota got one.
Yep. That was in 2009.
Are we counting UW? Because they got a new one. They tore it completely down.
No.
See, that's a lie then.
Well, okay, you can count it. Then 8.
8.
But they didn't build. So what I'm talking about is because it's almost like the Matthew Knight effect, right? Like imagine a new shiny Autzen. Now, if you refurbish Autzen, tear it down tear it down to the studs like at Husky Stadium.
Yeah.
Which they didn't fully tear it down to the studs.
They did. They raised it.
But what I'm saying is it's newer, but it's the same stadium.
Yeah.
And Autzen, imagine a shiny new Autzen, brand new.
Yeah.
Would it go the way of Matthew Knight Arena? Because I think when you're refurbishing like the Swamp or you're doing what Washington did, I think you can keep the integrity of your stadium and what it feels like.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know if you agree with that, but that's what I think. But when you're building a brand new one, you really don't know what the feel is going to be like.
No, you don't.
And so that's why I didn't count Washington. But you have the most recent. Northwestern is the most recent, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're saying that's 35,000. And the AD said the worst seat in this new Ryan Field, and you should look at it. It's really cool. It looks like a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
The worst seat is 100 feet. Worst seat is 100 feet closer than the most expensive seat at the Big House in Michigan.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy. So they said the idea of their engineering, and this is kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah. Like if you did a new Autzen, you would really have to
focus on the fan experience.
You really have to pour in resources to the engineering so that it's not just great for premium seating and then becomes Matthew Knight Arena. You have to keep the vibe of Autzen Stadium. So what they did was their whole engineering, the way they designed it was they want every seat to have a better view than what you can see on TV. And because they said otherwise fans aren't going to come.
Yeah.
Like it's not as comfortable, it's more expensive. So we have to make the sight lines great. And that's what Northwestern did, and I find that to be fascinating. I wonder if as revenues start growing, if we're going to get more of these.
My only thing is, and because I know 2 others that built new ones, and I'm assuming they're on that list. But
who you got?
Well, Colorado State built a new one.
I didn't put them on there. I didn't see that one. But
CSU, although maybe that's like UW, maybe they just tore it down to the studs. And I believe South Florida moved out of Raymond James and built their own.
That one isn't on my list either. Here's what I have.
Okay.
Northwestern just will open this year. San Diego State opened a brand new stadium in 2022.
Okay.
They paid $350 million. Baylor moved to a new stadium in 2014.
Didn't know either one of those.
They paid $266 million. Houston built a new one on top of the old one in 2014 for $128 million. Minnesota in 2009, and then the 2 others way back in 1998. Rice-Eccles at Utah was brand new.
Yeah.
And then Louisville built a new stadium that year as well.
So it's funny. So Rice-Eccles, it's a weird list because Rice-Eccles was not brand new. They expanded Rice-Eccles because of the Olympics. So they used the Salt Lake Olympics, and they expanded Rice-Eccles, but they did not. Rice-Eccles is in the exact same spot that when I played there in the 90s. That's not brand new.
Well, just because it's in the same spot, that's a little bit like...
That's like UW.
Well, yeah, or I guess Houston did the same thing. They blew up their old one and put up a new one.
So, Rice-Eccles was able to piggyback on the Olympics because they had to build it for the opening ceremonies, which was, I want to say that was in, 2000, I think the Olympics came there, 2000, 2001. But it's funny, as you go through there, my 2 things that I wonder if this won't happen. One, cost. So Florida's the only one that's over $1 billion. And NFL stadiums now are somewhere usually between $2 and $5 billion. And then the other one is land. Like if you're talking about parking and infrastructure, like if you're Oregon, where do you find the land to put a new Autzen Stadium? Like some of these places, you're kind of hamstrung by the land. That's the UW accent.
It would have to be right where it is.
It'd have to be right where it is.
Yeah.
And the nice part about UW, and this is why Oregon couldn't do what UW did, for 2 or 3 years, where did UW play? They played at Lumen. If you're Oregon, you can't build a stadium in a year. You'd have to do it over, you'd have to shut down part of your stadium for maybe parts of 3 to 4 seasons, massive parts of it, or you'd have to find somewhere else to play. So that's a real problem for places like Oregon where there's no professional team that you can play while you're building it. And then the cost of it, I mean, my God, like, you could renovate a stadium very nicely for $500, $600, $700 million, but to build a brand new one from scratch with land, you're probably talking about $2 to $3 bill easy.
Oh yeah, and so it wouldn't be right away. But what I'm doing is because they're going to make so much freaking money once they get their S together.
You would think.
And figure out the business structure of college football.
Yep.
They're going to exponent, and they only pay the players $20-some million, all of them. Like a total of $20 million.
And I think that's the other thing is I think everyone's still scared of eventually what do you have to pay the players. And I don't think anyone really knows still what the subsidy for the other sports. If it was just football, yes. But I still think these athletic departments are terrified that you have to split the pie 19 different ways amongst all your sports, and I think that's a scary thing.
All right, we'll continue this conversation next. Also, something new this season for the college football playoff, a little playoff primer. Coming up next in the Gobbler on The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again tonight as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the visa approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire guard Bridget Carrollton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in a WNBA All-Star event. Carrollton will compete in the three-point contest during NBA All-Star Weekend starting this Friday. But before that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest, but make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NFL news for you per Ian Rappaport as the Seattle Seahawks have placed running back Zach Charbonnet on the physically unable to perform list to start training camp as he continues to recover from a torn ACL. I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports.
Where we are anxiously awaiting Timbers FC Dallas.
Now, when we have breaking news, too, and that the Timbers wanted us to know they're no Dundon organization.
That's right.
The great Todd Spear from the Portland Timbers came over and delivered us each.
I call him Timber Todd.
We love Timber Todd.
He's great.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
Came over and delivered us these Portland Timber golf balls.
Pro V1s.
Yeah, Pro V1s. And I'll tell you right now, you know who wouldn't be giving out Pro V1s?
Tom Dundon.
Tom Dundon. I'll tell you right now, if the Blazers brought us golf balls, the question is that a Pinnacle Gold or is that Top Flight?
I'm going Top Flight.
Top Flight?
I think multicolored Top Flight.
Yeah. So quite frankly, Tom.
Maybe even used.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. And by the way, not the 4 or 5A either. That's like Frank Shank's 3A, a 3A Top Flight. That lets you know what the Timbers are all about when they're delivering Pro V1s.
That's right. Excellent.
Timber Todd.
Timber Todd. Reyka Vodka is here.
And they also, Reyka Vodka, that's a Top Flight, or that's not a Top Flight organization, I should say. That's a Pro V1 organization. They are Top Flight, but not Top Flight golf balls.
Right, okay. So Reyka Vodka is here. You can enter to win 4 tickets to a Timbers game. And I'm seeing a lot of wings go by.
I know, I can smell them.
And they look delicious.
I know. Try not to eat twice, though.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not going to have any either.
I'll
just stick to this delicious beer.
Yeah. Well, the key is to drink your calories. If I've learned anything,
that's right,
on this journey, it's drink your calories. You don't need to eat them, although they smell amazing.
Anyway, we're here on West Burnside. I'm going to be here till 7. You should come by. Okay, so we were talking about college football stadiums. This is the Gobbler. We're going to get more college football talk in here, but like I was looking at Michigan Stadium, like some of these stadiums. So the topic was, well, we were talking about Chip Kelly's hard hat photo.
Yeah.
And Northwestern is opening a new stadium, Ryan Field, and it's really cool, but it only seats 35,000. But the sight lines are incredible. Apparently for every seat, they spent $850 million on it, which to me seems actually pretty good in today's day and age. So Michigan Stadium opened in 1927. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm not saying that we'll get all brand new stadiums everywhere, but I do think, big money is going to be dumped into stadiums particularly if revenues continue to go up, which they're going to. I just think college football has been so poor at maximizing its revenue dollars over the years. It's about to just, I think it's about to go crazy. And if it does that, and then also the other thing is private equity. If private equity starts coming in and infusing cash into all these programs, I just wonder if new stadiums are going to be popping up a lot more than in years past. Because like I said, before Northwestern, and like you said, the Washington remodel, I looked that up. That was only $280 million.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You want to talk about a bargain?
Yeah.
Washington got ahead of the curve.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a beautiful stadium.
Well, not only that, but like we were talking about, what was the other one I was talking about? I think Baylor or somebody.
Yeah, you said Baylor got a new
And they built it for like $250 million. Nowadays, that's probably what they built is probably closer to $1 billion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just wonder. So in the through the lens of Oregon, they would probably just do something like what Washington did if it ever came to that.
They would just renovate.
Yeah, and I don't even think you even need to make it bigger. You probably just put more nicer amenities in there.
Yeah. Well, you can't really move it because everything from practice fields to locker rooms and everything is built around Autzen Stadium, so you can't move it.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you get a bunch of money, you want to maximize your revenue at the stadium too.
Yeah.
Right? It's not all just about TV deals. And I wonder if that comes to that, like, can you keep the integrity of the fun and the sound at Autzen? And what's interesting is the Chiefs are going through this. Now, the Chiefs have, and believe me, being from there, I can tell you, Kansas City is very proud of how loud Arrowhead Stadium is.
100%.
And
it's known as one of the loudest in the NFL.
So they released their renderings of their new stadium that they're going to Kansas. They're moving from Missouri to Kansas, and because Kansas gave them a great deal, but their renderings came out, and it looks a lot like the old Arrowhead. Like they kept the curvature and the sort of the scalloped upper deck.
It's like an homage to it.
Yeah, in the end zones, but it is domed, but it has a translucent panel on the ceiling.
Yep.
So it looks outdoors, and they're building it with the idea. Clark Hunt came out and said, the biggest thing we heard from fans is it'd be great to have a new stadium in a new location, but we better make it loud.
Yeah.
You need to make it louder than we are. And they're already one of the loudest stadiums in football. Imagine like the Seahawks going, hey, yeah, we could go to a new one, but we need to be even louder than we are at Lumen. That's what they want in Kansas City, and they built it. They engineered it with that idea. And so the crowd noise is a huge thing, and that's what I'm talking about. Like with if Autzen ever had to, because at Oregon you're probably pretty scarred by Matthew Knight Arena.
Yeah,
that sucks. I mean, you went from the
Well, and you would think a place like Michigan is the largest stadium in college football. It's like 107 and some change, but you hear time and time again that it's not that loud. You wonder if Michigan had a chance to redo that.
I thought Notre Dame was the same. I went to I have never been to the Big House.
I haven't either.
But I went to Notre Dame, and I thought the same thing.
I've heard that time and time again that it's not that loud. So, would Michigan, if they had a chance to redo it, would Michigan make some architectural changes to try to make it louder, hold some of that noise in? The other one, too, is in college, and I don't know because are we going to reach a point where the arms race finally is over because everyone has nice stuff, but in college, what they've done is it's facilities. Oregon's building the nicest indoor facility in the country right now. So that's a couple $100 million. And then they build new locker rooms. And that's a couple $100 million. So, the Jockwitz Center and all these, different things. I mean, I'll bet you if you look, Oregon's probably spent, I'm guessing, $1 billion on football facilities over the years. And the thing that never really gets done in that is stadiums. I know when the Pac-12 broke up, if I'm not mistaken, I think everyone had gone through a major facilities upgrade, including Washington State and Oregon State. And then obviously it kind of fell apart. But the one thing you don't really see a ton of is necessarily that big new stadium renovation because for whatever reason, that doesn't matter to players. It's like they've spent the money on
and it doesn't really matter to fans.
No.
Because they think
go no matter what.
They think fans are coming no matter what.
Yeah.
And they probably are right to some extent. But I don't know. But I think that point that you're making about facilities falls right into what I'm saying is that I think we're at the tail end of the facilities arms race.
Yeah.
Like most places have
great stuff.
They have done what they can.
Yeah.
So the next thing is when the bunch of money comes in, I really think it might be stadiums.
Could be.
And it will be interesting to see if that's the case and what that becomes.
Because I've been to a lot of college football stadiums, and while they are cool, they are not nice. I mean, look.
No, they're old.
Autzen Stadium is a great stadium. It is not a nice stadium. And they've done upgrades over the years in the press box. And they
It's
replaced
not
some
nice
of
at all. Like
but it's not nice.
It's and that's not being.
No, it's just not.
It's just they're all old. Like
Yes.
in no other sport do we tolerate old, crappy facilities.
No.
But in college football, we
do.
do because of just the fandom
passion.
and the passion of the fans. But if you really want to maximize your money,
It's funny. So
is it worth the investment?
So I never got to play at Autzen, but I got to play it in the Pac-12. I got to play it at Arizona State. I got to play at Cal. I got to play at UW. I've played some cool stadiums. Notre Dame and Alabama and Virginia, Florida State. I've gotten to play some cool places, and one of my favorites to play at was I got to play at Old Husky Stadium, and Old Husky Stadium was an absolute pit. It was rat ass. It was terrible, but it was a really cool environment. But it's a crappy stadium, and I just think a lot of college football is like that. And I know, this was years ago because I'm an old fart, but most of the places that I went and played that I thought were cool stadiums weren't nice.
Well, we just went through most of the new stadiums since in the last 25 years,
and they're not big programs,
dude. Most of the big programs, those were like from the 60s.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Big House was built in the 20s.
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah. And you can only do so much without a major overhaul. You could tweak things. You can replace seats, and you can put in a new scoreboard and things like that. But
Matt Court was great.
Matt
See, that's
Court
the
was
thing.
great.
Matt Court was a dump, but it had charm.
Well,
and that's what they're still kind of holding on to.
And I have UW fan. Like, everyone up at UW, that's the closest thing we have on the West Coast, I think, to like a complete new brand. Reeser. Reeser is so much better than the old Reeser.
I haven't seen the new side.
They've done a really nice job down there.
Well, I guess the old side has now been refurbished.
Yes.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it since they did that.
It's a really, really nice stadium. So we got two that have been completely redone, and that's Reeser and that's UW. Now, Reeser, no one's going to argue that old Reeser was that place sucked, and the new one is a very nice stadium. But as nice as UW Stadium is, you do have Husky fan that miss the track.
They don't like it.
Well, it's a very nice stadium. I'm not going to say it's full Matthew Knight, but it lacks some of the.
They lost some of the charm.
They lost some of the charm of their beloved dump.
It doesn't seem like that on TV.
No, it's a great stadium, and I don't think anyone necessarily wants to go back, but it's not the same.
By the way, it's
just not.
The other huge renovation. So I mentioned Florida is putting $1.5 billion into the Swamp. The other huge renovation that's coming is Beaver Stadium.
Yeah, Penn State.
And they're spending $700 million. And they're going to grow the capacity. Actually, they're going to make it 108,000.
So they're going to one-up Michigan by 1,000 people. I guarantee they're doing that simply so that they can say we're the largest stadium in America.
Yeah. So anyway, continuing on with the Gobbler, this is what I learned today about the college football playoff, because all the ESPN reporters are reporting back from SEC Media Day.
Yeah.
And so I heard Heather Dinich talking about this, and I went, wait a minute, I can't say I knew that. And it was that this season for the college football playoff is the top 4 seeds get to pick which quarterfinal site that they will play at.
Yeah, based on so the 1 seed gets to pick and so on down.
Yeah, I did not know that.
The 4 seed doesn't get to pick. They just get
just get the last one. But the number 1 seed, so the top 4 teams go and get buys. Mm-hmm. The number 1 seed gets to choose whether they want to go to the Fiesta Bowl in Phoenix. Yeah. That's on December 30th, by the way. That's 2 days before the others. So, dates matter. Yep. And then the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, or the Rose Bowl in L.A., and all of those, of course, are on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So you get that choice, which I can't say I knew that, so now I do. But that's interesting because you think about what goes into that decision.
Yeah.
You will have, 1, the date does matter.
Yep.
2, like if you're Oregon, naturally you would think Rose Bowl, you want to stay on the West Coast, right?
Well, Arizona, though, isn't much further.
Yeah, and like it would opponent matter? Like you're looking at your path, and the bracket would be, like, obviously they would have to choose before they release the bracket, but you kind of know who's going to be where.
I wonder, does that – see, that I knew that they got to make the choice, but I don't know if the bracket changes or if it's like hey, what the one seed should still be playing the certain number, and that's just game's going to move. So I don't think opponent plays into this.
No, but you would know who those teams would be. So in other words, the 1 seed plays the winner of 5-12, I think.
Yeah,
is that right?
I would assume
something
so.
like that.
Something like that.
5-12, you're going to know who that is. So you're likely going to know who that is. I mean, it's going to come down to like maybe the 12 is in flux.
Yeah.
But the 5 is the more important one. You're going to know who's number 5.
And that's going to change based on location?
No, it won't. It won't change. It's just what you know. If you're the 1 seed,
Yeah.
you are playing the 5-12 no matter where you play.
Yes.
So no matter what you choose, you will know
who it is,
who you will play. It's just a matter of where you will play them.
And that's true. So yeah, I guess therein lies. Would you rather play so and so in the Rose Bowl or so and so in Arizona?
Yeah. So you could say, okay, well, the Rose Bowl, we'd rather play the Rose Bowl, but maybe if we play in the Fiesta Bowl, we have an easier path to the final.
Yeah.
And that's 2 days sooner, and that puts pressure on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just it's an interesting. There's more that goes into that decision than just.
And it's another advantage to just, and I like it. It's an incentive to try to the regular season matters. You want to be the 1 or 2 seed because you have a little more control.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I think a lot of times people are saying that the bad part about the playoff is it de-incentivizes the regular season. And, we've already seen that about the long layoffs and all that crap. Are you being punished for having a better regular season? So this is a nice nod that it gives you at least one more, hey, we had a great regular season. We have a little more control over where we want to go play.
Yeah. So anyway, there's the latest on the Gobbler. You're welcome. All right, we got to move on to the news. See what we have for you here. Blup, blup. Your boys in Vancouver taking a page out of Portland's book.
Uh-oh. Is that good or bad?
Well, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a good playbook. I don't know. I don't want to say all Portland plays are bad. Maybe they run like a cool wing tee.
How would you like a new tax?
Oh, I love those. I love getting taxed. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Well, no, you guys have sales tax, though.
Yes, we do.
So they can add to the sales tax.
Yay.
But you get to, you don't have to buy anything.
No, that's true. And when I do buy something, I mainly just have it shipped to Portland.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So you may have, you could avoid this.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. Well, Vancouver wants to tax you more.
Cool. Very excited about that.
I will tell you about that coming up next on In the News on The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again tonight as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the visa approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire guard Bridget Carlton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in the WNBA All-Star event. Carrollton will compete in the three-point contest during WNBA All-Star Weekend starting this Friday. But before that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest, but make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NBA news for you, according to Shams Charania, as the Houston Rockets are hiring Chip Engelland as a new assistant coach. Engelland will join Ime Udoka's staff after spending the last 4 seasons in OKC after a 17-year run in San Antonio. I'm Lower Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network.
Kingston, thanks to Reka Vodka, here drinking vodka drinks.
Ow!
He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a cider drink.
Oh, yeah.
He drinks a lager drink.
What comes after that? I know he's tub thumping.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piss, and then he's pissing the night away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Been there.
Well, who hasn't?
So the Timbers play FC Dallas tonight. And, I mean, there's a lot of celebrities here, first of all.
It's the place to be.
I mean, Big Sook from The Fan is here.
More importantly, the great Joe Fisher.
Joe Fisher, very controversial fan personality.
Yes.
He seems to stir up trouble everywhere he goes.
Yeah. He likes to poke the bear.
He is here.
He's our Larry David.
Dusty Hara is here.
Yes.
And, of course, formerly the fan man, now the brand man.
A man of many faces.
Gary Jondahl, the owner of the Kingston, is here eating his breakfast. Timber Joey is here.
I saw Timber Joe. I don't know if he's still here.
No, he's here.
Him and his beautiful suspenders. Does he have to wear that everywhere he goes?
Got a couple of hots.
Is that a contractual obligation?
I would imagine, yeah. Isn't he like the? Is he working? He's working.
Yes.
Right.
But like when he goes home, is he allowed to take the suspenders off, or is he like Superman? He has to be in costume at all times.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if he has a fire at his house, does he have to run out in Timber Joey gear?
That's what I'm wondering. Like Superman, does Superman ever just wear like shorts and a t-shirt?
Yeah. It's like that's how I always feel about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, does he ever wear anything other than a suit or his golf outfit?
Wouldn't that be interesting to see him
Yes.
like in some Bermudas?
Can anyone snap a photo of him in just some cargo shorts or something?
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think those exist.
You know what I mean? Well, he's got what does he sleep in? You know?
I don't know why I'm picturing this, but I want him to sleep in one of those old-time nightshirts, like Ebenezer Scrooge,
Yeah,
and then one of
with
those
the hat.
and one of those caps.
It's
those
called
long
sports?
kind of. That's what I want him
It's
to.
called sports. Yeah, maybe he does.
That's what I want him to wear. Probably,
No one knows. He sleeps alone.
He might be all natural. I don't know.
He doesn't sleep with Melania.
No.
All right, it's July 22, 2026. Time now for the news. I'm your noted and humbled newsman. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm on location today, but you already knew that. It's brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is Hammock Day.
Oh. We were just talking the other day about a good hammock nap.
The hammocks are great.
My backyard, there's 2 staples in my backyard no matter what. One is the hot tub, the other the hammock.
Yeah.
You got to have them.
I have both as well.
Yeah.
The hammock was a gift from my kid and his wife, and it's delightful.
Yeah. Now, do you
Did
have
not know I needed it.
Do you have like one of those Yucatan knitted ones, or do you have like the, where like the Gilligan's Island ones, more like a net, or do you have like the solid piece?
No, it's a solid piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. It is also National BLT Sandwich Day.
I like a good BLT.
I'm a big BLT guy.
I'm not
Although now with this lettuce thing.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful. Although I need my tea to be very lean.
Yeah.
I don't like when you give me the big. I know this is like counterproductive.
But isn't that kind of the meat of the sandwich?
No, the meat of the sandwich is bacon. It's literally the meat of the sandwich.
But see, I'd argue with you on that. I would say that the proportions on a BLT, of course, the lettuce is just the lettuce.
Yeah.
Okay. But this, I would prefer the thicker tomato because bacon, even if you just had one piece of bacon on there, which is Bush, but you should have a couple.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. Like, bacon is very flavorful.
Sure.
So I feel like the ratio of bacon to tomato on the BLT, you should get a big thick tomato and just the normal amount of bacon.
I would rather you than if you're going to give me a thick tomato, I'd rather you slice that into 3 or 4 thin slices. I don't want an overwhelmingly thick.
You don't like the crunch of the thick tomato?
No. Almost like if you could somehow do a pico de gallo and sprinkle it like a relish on my BLT, I think I would like that better than the big. Because when you give me the big soggy tomato, it soaks into the bread, and then I get a sloppy BLT.
Well, what if it's not soggy? What if it's a nice crispy tomato?
It's always soggy.
I don't know.
The tomato is always watery, and it gives me the watery discharge, and I'm not happy about it.
You may have just invented a new sandwich.
I'd like it.
What if we had, so we've got sourdough, spread a little mayo, some lettuce, as long as it doesn't give you dysentery.
That's true.
Pico de gallo. Bacon.
Now we've got
And
something.
maybe some avocado or something.
See, here's what I'm going with. I feel the same way about I don't like pickles on a burger or a sandwich, but you know what I love? Relish. Chop that bitch up, give me a nice relish. I feel the same way about my tomato. I want a spread. I don't want the big tomato.
It's a hot take.
Yeah.
Well, Vancouver is taking a page out of Portland's book.
That's awesome.
They would like to tax you.
Portland's doing so well, I'm glad to see that Vancouver's following closely behind.
Well, hey, there's nothing a new tax can't solve, right?
No, because they don't get enough of my money. I was just thinking the other day,
Apparently
I would
they
like
don't.
to give them more.
As Portland considers one controversial way out of a public safety funding crunch, the city of Vancouver, just across the river, is struggling to tackle a very similar issue.
Oh.
City leaders are considering the adoption of a new sales tax to help pay for more than a dozen new police officers.
Hooray! What's the sales tax? Because we already have a sales tax.
The city's police staffing has not kept pace with the rise in residents because, as you know, Vancouver is popping.
Yes.
Data shows that it's the second lowest staffed department in Washington among cities of similar size. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Is that dumb?
That seems a little dumb.
Because how many cities are there of similar size?
Well,
4?
I think because we were going to change the boundaries and incorporate more, I think we're the 3rd largest city in Vancouver or in Washington.
Okay, so if you are we counting Seattle? Probably not.
Yes.
No, it's not similar.
Oh,
Vancouver's
no.
not nearly similar.
No.
So we're probably counting Tacoma, Vancouver, and Olympia, right?
I would assume.
Okay, second lowest staff department. That means it's right in the middle of the 3.
It does feel that way. Yes.
I mean,
so we have Seattle, Tacoma, Spokane, and Vancouver.
Oh, Spokane. Okay. Spokane's bigger than Olympia. Apparently
yes.
so.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like they're wording this to make it sound worse than it is.
It is. And can I also ask, as the city has grown and we pay more taxes, why isn't that enough to hire more cops? Why do you have to take more of our money?
It's a good question.
Yeah. What else? I mean,
It's a decent question.
I swear to God, is the government ever said we have enough? I just want one city one time to be like, you know what, guys, we have enough.
You fool.
Yeah.
Although Oregon does kick, not a city, but the state kicks back revenue overages.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we get kickers.
We get the kickers.
Every now and then.
And yet we constantly hear about how there's no money.
2 years ago, Vancouver voters rejected a property tax hike intended to fund more officers. Since then, city leaders have come up with other ideas. Among them are state grants expected to temporarily fund 16 new officers in this newly proposed sales tax that would add a cent on every $10 purchase in order to hire some 13 police officers and provide other services. You can handle that, can't
I
you?
can handle 1
A
cent.
cent
Look,
on every $10 purchase.
I love the police. I think we need police. I didn't know that Vancouver was ridiculously understaffed. I don't hear of a lot of police problems in Vancouver, but yes, If you want to charge me 1 extra cent for every $10, you know what? I'll eat that.
Yeah, I had to park in Portland today.
Yeah.
And, of course, I use Parking Kitty.
As did I. It's $11 to do this show today.
Oh. See, I took an Uber down here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
didn't want to deal with parking.
Fan man, I will be expensing that $11 parking.
As you should.
Damn right.
I'm looking for my receipt. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. I think I paid $1.95 to park.
Oh.
And there was an extra 30-cent surcharge on there.
Yeah.
For something.
For something.
Who knows?
Sure.
But I wasn't mad about it.
No.
You know, it's like okay, that's fine.
All right.
$165 versus $195. Am I really going to cry about paying $195 instead of $165? I'm not.
No. Well, you know what? Then this is the one time I'll say Vancouver. That's fine.
1 cent for every $10?
16 new cops. Let's do it.
Come on.
We're on board.
Just when you think you were only paint shopping, police arrested a man after he drove clear through the walls of a Southeast Portland paint store and then tried to flee.
Well, I mean, what else are you supposed to do when you drive through a paint store? You're not sticking around for that. Now,
Maybe pick up some paint.
Yeah. Was it a stolen car?
Maybe steal some paint.
Well, I'm saying if it's a stolen car and I do happen to drive it through, 1, I'm running, and 2, yeah, why not take a couple gallons of beer on your way out? I mean, to be fair, you've already kind of screwed yourself over.
They're not going to charge you with that.
No, you might as well grab that paint.
Portland Fire and Rescue responded to the call shortly before 5 o'clock yesterday from Southeast Division and 98th. It was a Sherwin-Williams store.
That's quality paint.
A man plowed through the wall and then crashed through to the other side before leaving the scene.
He went full Kool-Aid, man? He went through both walls?
And by the way, I don't know. Well, I see the pictures here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But I don't. he like basically created a back door.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's a clean break.
I gotta admit, that's kind of impressive.
I don't see any photos from the inside. I don't know if the paint, like having a car go through a paint store is like one of the worst stores you could have a car go through,
Yeah.
right? Because if it hits the paints,
Then you're all kablooey.
although on the floor, do they have a ton of the paints?
Yeah.
They just have the samples.
Well, you got the
like
samples.
the paints are kind of in the back.
Yeah, but yeah, look, if you run through a paint store, I'm assuming you're going to hit some paint.
That's going to be messy.
That's going to be messy, yeah. Although it's kind of funny to see that he did kind of create his own back door. Do you think he got out of the car and was like, ooh, there's the door?
Oh, yeah. Apparently he ran straight out the hole that he made.
Yeah. I mean, because normally you would think you get out and then you go in the way, that you came in, but I wonder if he just looked up and was surprised by his own handiwork.
There were no injuries, although there was a few people on the inside that suffered minor harm.
Well, you probably have flying debris and whatnot.
Yes.
That's got to be a little scary. You're inside picking out, eggshell versus dove colors, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
you got a damn Subaru that runs through.
I do enjoy picking out paint.
Yeah.
I think it's an enjoyable experience.
I'll tell you right now, seeing something freshly painted,
it's great.
It's an amazing feeling.
Especially when you nail the color.
Yeah.
If you nail the color, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
The worst is when you get a color and you paint it, and then you
don't
look at it and you go,
like it.
I don't love that.
Yeah. That's why you got to do samples.
Yeah.
You got to do you got to do some swatches.
Yeah, but I still think that sometimes swatches can fool you.
Yeah.
You know.
We're getting ready to paint the house here in the next few months.
Ooh,
and let me tell
important
you,
decision.
It's a big decision.
Yeah.
And then
what does she want to do? Maybe the hot new colors are the blues and grays.
We're talking about going dark.
Yeah.
We're talking about going with the blacks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Might want to clip that.
Browns and blacks. Yeah. Could be a bold move. We're thinking
browns.
We're thinking blacks and then brown doors. Almost like a mahogany, a deep richness.
Really?
Blacks, grays, browns.
Interesting.
Talking about, because right now we're white and blue, and quite frankly,
That's
turns
Bush.
out the whites, they're out. The whites are out, the blacks are in.
Blacks are in.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'll tell you, it's a big decision.
No, it is.
There's a lot of...
You'll go back and forth a lot.
When we go on walks, there's a lot of like, hey.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that color.
Look at that one.
Look at that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I once had a neighbor back in my old house who painted his house the exact same color as mine. Right next door.
You can't be happy about that.
It pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I saw the
That's
guys
Bush.
coming up with the swatches comparing the paint
Oh, you
color
don't like that.
to my house. They were like, they liked my house color, and they painted theirs the same
It's
color.
like if he saw you wearing like your favorite shirt, and then he showed up the next day and was like, hey, look.
He was a nice guy, though, so I didn't say anything.
Nah, it's Bush League, though.
Didn't like it.
I feel like if you're copying someone's house, you need like a three block buffer.
100%.
3 blocks.
100%.
Same block, right out.
Well, we have power outage news. And there's something else I was going to tell you guys. Big deal. So big of a deal, I forgot it.
Was it RoboTaco closing?
What?
Yeah.
What's that?
RoboTaco's closing.
Oh, RoboTaco?
RoboTaco.
Oh, no. All right, we'll be right back with more in the news here on The Fan. So ways you can get hurt. Well, the heat.
Well, I was thinking
paint store crash.
I was going to say buying Sherman-Williams paint.
Yeah, 1 minute you think you're picking out a nice neutral color for the house. The next, you get plowed by a Mercedes.
And I'll tell you right now, getting run over by a car in a paint store, that's about as shocking an injury as you can have. And if you've ever been run over in a paint store, or how about this, if you've ever been run over in general, you need to call the advocates. That's a no-brainer. 100%, right after you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then pick out your interior paint color, call the advocate. So it's like the third thing that you do.
So anyway, there's a lot of ways you can get hurt out there,
yes.
Okay? And Ken and Donnie are there for you. Personal injury attorneys, they come Primetime approved. They do not get paid unless they win your case. And consultations 100% free. So I don't know if you can sue anybody if you have like heat-related problems. Maybe you can. I don't know. But certainly in the paint store.
Could you sue the sun?
Yeah, I don't know who's in charge of the sun.
God.
I don't think you can sue him. But
if someone wants to take on Jesus, it might be the advocates.
If the case is there, they'll be able to tell you that. So that's why you call them if you've been injured, no matter how large or small. Folks, you need more than a lawyer. You deserve an advocate. Go to advocateslaw.com.
The Fan's YouTube channel is taking off. FM and 1080 AM.
It sure is, damn it. It's hot outside. We're inside, though. The AC here at the Kingston is very nice.
It's hot as balls outside. It's Reyka vodka cool inside.
These guys are drinking. I'm mildly intrigued by this Reyka vodka drink they're all drinking. It looks to be some sort of vodka lemonade, pink lemonade concoction.
I'll be asking Jason over there, who's in charge of this whole shindig, what we got over there. He does. There seems to be a pinkish hue to it.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like 2 of these need to happen.
Taste test. Oh, there he is, right there.
I think so.
Why don't you order up 2 of those, huh?
Hey, sugar teas. hey, how about 2?
So so this is in the news, July 22, 2026. Thank you. Hi. I have been informed by Jackson, our young social media expert, that, and I use the term expert loosely, but he is a young, so they actually are. Like, would you call all young people experts on social media? Because I think they kind of are.
Well, I'm sure there's a turd somewhere that doesn't know what he's doing. Whoops,
whoa!
Dump that.
I think you could. Yeah. You might get in trouble for that.
I meant to say turd.
I don't think you did.
I did. I meant to say turd. Just kind of slipped out there. How about this? There's got to be some people out there that have no idea what they're doing. But yes, for the most part, when you're young and you've grown up in it, you're way more savvy than you or I.
Yeah, the youngs.
Yeah.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
It's like I watch my daughter-in-law on social media. I just see her her thumbs moving, and I'm just amazed at how much she's able to do. It just like bounces around different screens and it's just unbelievable.
I call my son Computer Boy. Whenever I'm just like, hey, Computer Boy, do this. It's like set up my printer.
So I think Jackson,
turn to the young.
I think he is an expert, and he has already posted. Upon your suggestion, he has posted on the YouTube page a live stream of the LeBron James to the Portland Trail Blazers press conference for July 27, 2026.
That makes me so happy. I want to retweet that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good luck there, social media guy.
Ah, damn it.
It's on YouTube.
Well, I'm not finding that. Jackson, if you're listening to this, send it over.
What else do I have for you?
By the way, it will work. People will be like, oh, my God, that's happening. I'll be like, hey, sources close to me.
Of course, if you don't know, that's a troll based on what the Miami Heat did earlier today.
Yes.
And they had to take it down.
And someone got fired for it, by the way.
Yes. So the power is out for thousands of PGE customers across the Portland metro area right now.
I bet that's great on the hottest day of the year.
Yeah. Dude, that's bad. Yes. That's going to kill some old.
It's possible, yeah. It's like 109 degrees outside and someone's AC went out. Cool, everybody.
They said as of this afternoon, the outage affects nearly 3,000 customers in the Goose Hollow neighborhood, which is where we are.
Oh, my goodness.
And yet we have power. Thank God.
Yeah.
Are we finishing the show if the power goes out and we don't have AC?
The answer to that, well, if the power goes out, I hate to tell you how this whole thing works, but,
Duly noted.
Speaking of being a young expert, because I'm 2 years younger than you, I'll have to explain to you how this all works, but this all plugs in. So
we need power.
If the power goes out, no, we're going home.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't.
If the power goes out, I'm pulling a 5-minute rule.
I wouldn't root for it.
You have 5 minutes to get it up and running, and after 5 minutes, I'm heading over to the game.
At 95 degrees.
Maybe 3.5 minutes.
I'm going to call that 2 minutes.
Patrick Harris is now
showing up. Oh, my God. The celebrities, they keep rolling in.
They just keep pouring in.
God. So anyway, stay safe out there. Also, Todd Boyle from Columbia is weighing in. Or Todd Boyle. Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle. The CEO of Columbia Sportswear, by the way.
Who's Todd Boyle? Do we know a Todd Boyle?
I don't know. It's possible.
Is that a sportsman?
Todd Bowles is the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. I don't know why I said that. Tim Boyle, the Columbia CEO, he has sat down with KGW to discuss the Modus Center renovation debate. This is an exclusive.
By the way, Todd Boyle is a local community member who attended a Ukraine support vigil in Eugene, and he's a septic system installer in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, That's of course.
That's probably who you're thinking of.
That's Todd.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Todd.
Everybody knows Todd.
So here's what Tim Boyle said. He said, you need to love this community if you're going to be here to have a big investment. Clearly, it's a big investment. almost any way you measure it. I think Portlanders need to know that excuse me. I think Portlanders need to know that you're invested not only financially but personally, and that you care about the city, you care about the state, and you want to make sure that it all works together for the common good.
Yes.
Of course, he built Columbia Sportswear, billionaire several times over. He says the community needs what the Blazers offer, whether it's the recognition of the city as a world-class environment or having those players be members of the community and interacting with kids, interacting with adults, charities, helping Portland become better, helping the police, whatever it might be. While Boyle said he chose not to invest financially when the franchise sought potential ownership partners, he emphasized that he is a fan of the city of Portland and said he would gladly help bring the two sides together if asked.
I do love well, I'm not going to do anything like spend money, but I will chime in and say, let's all, look, if he wants to get together and be the adult in the room, I really do think, and Quick talked about this, if you got an adult mediator that is just neutral and you put the city and Tom Dundon and the Blazers in a room for 3 hours, you could get this done. Both sides want to get it done. And I have been I've defended the new ownership group, I think probably more than just about anyone, because I'm a big believer of wait and see, and if he wins, all this stuff goes away and that's all anyone cares about, and he does seem very committed to winning. But my God, if he just had an ounce of civic pride, just 5% coming out and being like, I want to be here and I want to be part of the community, he could have this place eating out of the palm of his hand. And he just, I don't know if he's on a spectrum, if he's just an old crusty bastard or what that is, but he cannot bring himself to just have an ounce of community spirit, which in this city would go such a long way. And it's a little maddening, and that's kind of what Tim, not Todd, although maybe Todd, the septic installer, thinks that as well. That's what he's talking about. Just
I'm going to sit down with Todd for an exclusive
interview.
Yeah,
about septics.
No, about this.
About
boy,
this.
the lights are flickering.
Yeah, hell.
Anyway, Boyle is another in a long line of individuals, including yourself and myself, and Jason Quick, and Dan Ryan, and Candace Avalos, who have all said on our show that cooler heads will prevail.
Yes.
He says, I'm pretty confident cooler heads will prevail and people will realize the value of having the Blazers here.
The more and more that you dig into this and the more and more that people talk about it and see about what the other options are, this is all posturing, it's all grandstanding. It doesn't make sense financially for them to go anywhere else. There's not a ton of other options. There's not options that are better than what Portland is offering. And at the end of the day, remember, $120 million over 20 years is a small amount of money. They will get this figured out.
That's your In the News, July 22nd, 2026. Live from the Kingston Bar and Grill, West Burnside. Timbers FC Dallas tonight at 7:30. If you come by here, courtesy of Reka Vodka, you can possibly win a 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming Timbers game.
Very nice.
So, hey, when we come back, we'll get into some headlines, and then a little NFL talk is coming up next hour on The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray. Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again tonight as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the visa approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as Portland Fire guard Bridget Carlton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in a WNBA All-Star event. Carlton will compete in the three-point contest during WNBA All-Star Weekend this Friday, but before she does that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest, but make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NBA news for you. According to Shams Charania, as the Houston Rockets are hiring Chip Englund as a new assistant coach. Englund will join Ime Udoka's staff after spending the last 4 seasons in OKC after a 17-year run in San Antonio. I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan.
Excellent.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice, juicy, hot little Wednesday.
Oh, it's hot.
It's High Kick Wednesday.
Yes.
It's Isaac. That's me, your sportsman. Big Sook right over there. Look
Right
at
here.
And he's wearing his leopard print today.
This is a vibe right here. It's 95 degrees and we're going to be at a bar. You got to go full leopard print. Let some of the chest meat hang out. It's a vibe.
We got a lowercase back in the studio. Steven returns tomorrow. I forgot about Steven.
Oh, yeah?
Where'd he go?
Well, he went to Tahoe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He'll be back tomorrow. We are hanging out at the Kingston. We're having some drinks.
More importantly, I have acquired us.
Some Reka vodka.
Yeah, the Reka Vodka people are here.
Yeah.
And Jason's the man. And they're all drinking this wonderful pink beverage, and I've inquired at what this is. And turns out this is a Reka Vodka lemonade.
Oh, there they are.
That is being delivered to us now.
Ah.
And I will tell you.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
What?
Denied.
Look at that.
Oh, there. Oh, sure. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
I was like, that was the ultimate
Cheers.
power play. He dropped one off at mine, looked right at you, and then kept going. Wow.
I see my role here.
That's the Dundening That's the Dundon effect right there.
Reka.
Apparently, this is on tap at Providence Park.
What is it?
It's a Reka vodka. I think there's some lemonade, there's some vodka, there's some raspberry in there, I believe. So
I
yeah.
don't think you know what this is.
Well, they've got it right here. It's
Oh, there it is.
it's
yeah.
right there. It's a special.
Razzle Dazzle Lemonade.
Yes, the
$9.
Reka vodka razzle dazzle.
Hot.
So that's about to go down.
Let's try this.
Yeah, we do a little on-air sippy sip.
Nom, 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 nom.
That's fresh.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
it
on
is
a hot
very
day, that's refreshing.
It is very refreshing.
So you come down here, pound a couple of these, head over to the Timbers game, get that thing on tap. Next thing you know, you, the Timbers, Reka Vodka, the fan, we're making sweet, sweet sports radio love.
But I also like it because it's not too sweet.
Yes. Well, sometimes, the cocktail needs to be in balance. Because, sometimes you go to certain bars and they just pour the hell out of the booze, which is fine, but then your cocktail's out of balance. And then other times you just get one that's basically you're just drinking sugary soda. So the cocktail really does need to be in harmony.
So we're having a weird day out there. Of course, I'm getting my reports secondhand as we're inside in the AC. But it's like 95 degrees.
Yes.
Apparently, there's now thunder and lightning
Yes.
moving in.
Which means the humidity is coming.
Yeah.
Someone described it as sultry. And that is true.
It is sultry.
Yeah.
And then you also have the wildfire smoke.
Yeah.
Shane, the ticket guy, was just in here, and he can't stop scratching his eyes because of the smoke.
We got the heat dome.
All hell's breaking loose out there.
They're repaving all the roads around my neighborhood. So they dug like 6 inches down, and now they're laying down the new asphalt. Oh my! I felt so bad for the people. You think it's bad, like 97 degrees and the heat dome and all that? Now spread hot asphalt. The poor bastards that were out there doing that today, like the devil was sitting there laughing on the steamroller.
It's like being a roofer.
It was rough stuff out there today. I felt for him. Although I did see one guy working in one of the backhoes. That guy was awesome because he was inside. It was enclosed, and I don't know if he had AC or not.
Probably not.
But he was wearing one of those safety vests, right? The reflective safety vest. Nothing on underneath it. So his meat was
no AC.
Man meat hanging out, cowboy hat, smoking a dart, working a backhoe in 97-degree heat. That guy, I'm sure he was miserable, but he was miserable with style.
Just a Wednesday for that guy.
Just a Wednesday for that guy.
So we're across from Providence Park here. If you don't know where the Kingston is, everybody knows where the Kingston is, right? Come on. It's like one of the most famous sports bars in town.
Go to Providence Park and hit like a gap wedge, and you got it right there. Right off Morrison.
You could putt.
Yeah, you could.
If you wanted.
Yeah. You ever do that where
Sometimes.
you chip up and you come up a little short? Yeah, just roll that sucker on up there.
So I guess it's Timbers FC Dallas tonight.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if Dallas is any good, but we don't have a coach. So.
We don't need one. We didn't have one when we delivered the B slap to Seattle.
That's
Actually,
true.
we do have one. He can't come because we have visa problems.
Coming up in the club tonight. Well, we have to do it. We've ignored it for too long. We have watery diarrhea talk.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
I mean, it's a thing. And you know what's wild about it is I was getting caught up on the story. The very article that I was getting my information from, as I was reading it in my kitchen this afternoon at about 12:30.
Did you get diarrhea?
I was eating a salad.
Oh. Now, did you start worrying? Did you start the panic?
I wouldn't say panic, but I did have the thought. I'm like, what am I doing? But then I thought, it's probably fine.
Well,
and I scarfed it down and I went about my day.
Are fat people everywhere who have never eaten a salad, are they rejoicing right now?
Well, I mean, it sounds like it is lettuce born.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, if you're one of those people that's never had a salad, you've probably dealt with diarrhea more. Diarrhea just doesn't faze me. I shrug it off.
Dude, wait till you hear the deets of this.
Yeah, this is
it's bad.
This is like the COVID of diarrhea.
People are going to the hospital, bro.
Man. Well, people internationally die of diarrhea all the time, but that's usually like third world countries.
So that'll be coming up at 6. Got some NFL talk.
You can look forward to that.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Put that on the old calendar there.
Maybe some fart drops.
He's set an alarm.
Headlines today, Red Sox won their 15th in a row.
I know.
God. Although they are losing. They're playing a doubleheader against Baltimore. They're losing 4-0 in game 2.
So that's a team record. What's the MLB record?
I knew you were going to ask that. The answer is complicated.
It is.
It is.
Why would that be complicated?
The Major League Baseball record for longest winning streak is held by the New York Giants of 1916.
Okay.
It is 26 straight wins, but one was a tie.
Oh.
And it did not count as a loss. Therefore, that is technically a winning streak.
That seems kind of lame.
Yeah, so if you want to go down one, it would be the Cleveland Indians of 2022 who won 22 consecutive games.
Okay, so we're sniffing it.
Yeah, well, they're losing in game 2 of the doubleheader, so nothing kills a winning streak like a doubleheader.
No.
Quite frankly.
No.
But still, Red Sox came out of nowhere.
No, they were
everyone in the AL East besides Tampa and New York sucked.
picking it up.
And now here's Boston with a shot at the playoffs.
You know what's crazy, too, is they've won 15 in a row and they're still 6 back.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know how crappy the Red Sox were,
yeah.
well, because, that's like the
it's the whole AL.
Yeah. It's just
they're all terrible.
It's a weird season, to say the least.
Latest,
the Mets could win 15 in a row and they'd still be 12 back.
No, they lost again today.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I mean, they ain't gonna win a series in Milwaukee.
No.
I tell you what, my Brewers.
Hey, they beat them the other day.
My Brewers are looking good. The Blazers are threatening to abandon the initial framework of the arena renovation deal. This comes to us from Oregon Live, where the report today was blup, blup, blup. A top Trailblazers official said one very real outcome of Monday's board meeting is ownership resetting negotiations over the proposed arena renovation, potentially abandoning the current framework that includes $365 million in state funding approved earlier this year.
I just don't. I mean, everything that you're reading and hearing is that this is a lot of posturing, and they really don't have a lot of options that make sense outside of Portland. It's not like there's a ton of markets that are willing to give them $1 billion to build a new stadium, relocation fees, and how much of this is posturing? Like, it really is crazy that this is all being held up over $120 million. And I still, at the end of the day, believe that this is all posturing. You're telling me that the Blazers are willing at this point to forego $360 guaranteed million of the $600? I mean, if that happens, I have not once hit a panic button in this whole thing. I believe this will get done. Everyone that I talk to believes this will get done. No one who's close to this thing, from Blazers officials to reporters to people close to the city, believe that this isn't going to get done. But if the Blazers do go with the nuke option of resetting the whole thing, including the state money, that'll be the first time that I will genuinely be concerned about this. But again, I still believe that this is all a power play.
I don't think they will. I think this is the way they negotiate. I will say they're not making any friends around town with the way they're negotiating.
No.
Because they don't look good now. Because the ball's in their court. Like, one of the quotes in the Oregon Live article was, "Why is the city sending this thing knowing that we're not going to agree to it?"
Yeah.
My God, is this your first business deal?
Yeah.
They're sending it because they want to negotiate.
Yes.
This is how negotiations work.
Yeah.
They even said, Jamie Dunphy said, I saw his lips move and say these words. He said, "This is far from the final deal that it will be, but this is what we want."
This is why you need to get everyone in a room and just hash this thing out.
So I know what a lot of you may be thinking, and we had Jason Quick on yesterday, and the same conversation came up, and I asked him, because I know you're thinking this, I said, well, if the Blazers are being this bitchy, does this sort of lend credence to the fears that people have that Tom Dundon never wanted to negotiate with Portland in the first place and wants to move the team? Okay, so I asked Jason Quick that.
Yeah.
He had a couple of good things to say. One, he said people that he's talked to in the Blazers have never once heard Tom Dundon ever talk about moving the team.
No.
Two, and this I thought was a really good point. You know, it's not just Tom Dundon. A lot of the people that work at the Blazers want to stay here.
Yes.
They have been here. They love the connection of the city and the team. And so I don't think there's anybody over there that is excited about uprooting the team.
No.
Right? So I thought that was a good point. A lot of the people that are behind this are Blazer people who love Portland just as much as you and I.
Yeah.
So the reality is, if you're thinking that, it's kind of the only logical explanation for how they're handling their business, other than that they're just a-holes.
Which, by the way, it's starting to look like maybe that's just it.
Maybe that's just it. This is just how they're going to try to negotiate this.
This is just how they're going to do it.
But that goes back to the question of, like, now are you creating ill will as the city watches you handled it this way? I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking over there. I get it. It's a big money deal, and you negotiate hard. But it's clear that the city doesn't have the leverage. The Blazers have the leverage.
Yeah.
So just get to the table and figure it out. You'll get what you want.
And we had more layoffs today, right? And more restructuring of the Blazer broadcast team. And some
Calabro's out.
Calabro's out.
Demers is out.
Jamie Hudson's
Holton's out. Jamie Hudson's out. Neil Everett's out. They all got turfed.
Yeah. And it sounds like Demers may be back in some capacity.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. But it is stunning that throughout all of this, and again, I've tried to defend ownership because they came in and, this is kind of the way they run things. And I get it. When someone comes in, you clean house, and this was kind of a bloated organization that doesn't make a lot of money. So I've tried to defend some of those actions. But at some point, you do have to give something back. At some point, you do have to show that you give a damn and that you want to be here. And that's the frustrating part, is for even someone like me that's trying my best to give them the benefit of the doubt, they're making it harder and harder and harder.
Well, I think so. I go back to this, and I know that if you've been listening to our show for any length of time, you know that we've been sort of defending Dundon on a lot of this.
Yes.
Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yes.
And I still defend him on that because on most of it. I mean, his PR is horrible.
It's terrible.
But again, Paul Allen didn't have any PR.
No.
And it didn't matter.
No.
So I know this is all new and it's kind of scary and there's a lot of fear involved and he seems like an ass and he's not really ingratiating himself to the community. I get all that. But in the end, if the dude just won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
If he comes in here and gets this deal done and the Blazers flip this thing around and start winning games, none of this stuff matters.
No.
The only reason it's so prominent now is because it's all we have to go on so far from Dundon.
Yeah.
He could have done a better job of sort of changing this vibe. It wouldn't have been that hard.
No.
Just a couple of interviews, be around a little bit, be a little nicer. But that's obviously not him. So I just think all this stuff goes away if he runs a good franchise. And running a good again, I hate to say this because we lost friends that lost their jobs today.
Stinks.
That sucks. But who broadcasts the games does not matter in the grand scheme of things. No. It just doesn't. And neither do certain layoffs in certain departments. He runs things a certain way. It's worked for him in Carolina, and he's going to do it here whether you like it or not. So that's what's happening. It's scary. It sucks. But ultimately, if he starts winning a bunch of ball games and turns this thing around and they start making really smart moves, no one's going to care.
There's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a movie called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Can't recommend it enough. Ben Stiller and Adam Scott. It's Kristen Wiig's in it. It's a really, really good movie. And it's about Life magazine. And a guy comes in and takes over the magazine and they just start making chops, right? And the end of it, Ben Stiller, who's one of the guys that's worked there for 25 years, he goes up to the guy that's in charge of making all the cuts, and he says, I understand what you have to do, and I don't blame you for that. Like, you've got your orders, right? You need to make changes. We're struggling financially. But he goes, but you don't have to be a D about it. He goes, there's a lot of people here that loved this magazine and cared, and it was their life, and that should matter to you. And someone needs to show that to Tom Dundon. Because I don't mind that he has to make cuts. He came into an organization that doesn't make a lot of money, doesn't bring a lot of money in, and was very bloated, and I get why he's doing those things.
Yeah.
But there's a right way, and not even the right way. There's such a better way that doesn't take much effort to ease this.
I would defend him a little bit.
And he refuses to do it.
And this is defending him just playing devil's advocate. But how do you know they didn't handle it the right way?
Well, I'll tell you what.
I mean, what does that mean? Like giving them a pillow on their way out, or what?
If they did handle it the right way, it certainly isn't being conveyed to anyone that it's being handled in the right way.
Well, I think.
Even Calabro today when he was let go.
Yes.
Calabro even took a jab on his way out and said that they offered me something. They offered me a contract that was, quote, subprime. It's not worth my time.
Has that ever happened to you at Odyssey?
Yeah, but I guess my point is, if you don't want Kevin Calabro back, don't make him a crappy offer. Simply say, Kevin, you make a lot of money, and so.
I disagree. I say you make him an offer that you want him at. This is business. They think his value is X. He thinks his value is Y. If he takes shots at them on the way out the door, that's his prerogative. But they did not value him at the number that he was at.
They did not.
That is perfectly fair and fine. And honestly, I think that some of the noise, and you even said this when this first was all coming out.
Yes.
The people that are getting when people get fired, it sucks, and they get bristly, and they start to point fingers, and it's just a natural thing that people get pissed off about it, and they start talking crap.
Yeah.
So most of the noise is coming from the organization where the layoffs happen.
And I guess and I agree with that.
And that's going to happen no matter where you are. Layoffs. It's happened at Nike. Nike, I wouldn't say by all accounts, but Nike is a good place to work, or at least over the years has it's like the biggest corporation we have, right, in the state.
That and Intel, right? Yeah.
Or Precision Cast Parts, I think, maybe.
Something like that.
I don't know. But
One of the biggest.
You know what I mean? It's a great place that a lot of people wanted to work. Not that it doesn't have its problems. I know that there's the trial going on right now. There's the bigger you get, the more problems you have. I'm just saying that when layoffs happen at Nike, it's always viewed this way.
Always.
It's just I don't know how much that's on the Blazers as much as it is on the people who are just bitter.
And that is possible. And again, all the members of the media talk to other members of the media who are their friends, and then we get this narrative. And yes, I think a lot of it has been unfair. All that, and this is why I've tried to defend it the best I can. But at some point, you have to realize, if you're Tom Dundon, ultimately you are going to be here, and ultimately this is a community, and you can mitigate some of this by doing what you have to do, but still having some semblance of community, being out in front of it, having a spokesman. Shield Tile was supposed to kind of be the good cop of the bad cop. Where's he? There is a much better way. If they just extended a 5% olive branch in this whole thing, it would go so much better. And it makes no sense to me why, other than they just truly don't care. And if that's the way they operate, and it seems like that's the way they operate, it just seems that a little bit of honey would go a long way to easing some of this. But ultimately what he's done, because again, I go back to it, they're not going anywhere. He's backed himself into a corner, and I think he's fine with this, because his thing is, I am going to win no matter what. And if they win and create a good fan experience with better food, better parking, better entrances and all that, which they've done in Carolina, and they win and they're contenders, all of this goes by the wayside. It's just going to be several years before we know that. And in the meantime, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of bitterness, and unfortunately, I do think that you have a lot of ill will that is being built up right now that's going to take a while to go away. And I don't like bad feelings, and I don't like ill will, and I don't think it's all necessary. Even if some of their cuts, even if all of these cuts are necessary from a business standpoint, it didn't need to go down this way.
Well, I would imagine they could justify all of them. And when you say go down this way, I don't really know what that means, because I don't know how it was handled. I think a lot of people over at One Center Court knew they were probably getting fired.
Yes.
Casey Holdall even said that.
Yes.
So I don't know. I think that if it came first that Tom Dundon won a bunch of games and turned this thing around, and then all this happened, we wouldn't bat an eye.
No, we would not.
But because this is first,
that's all we got.
But the area where I will agree with you is that, yes, his PR, it doesn't take much to just throw a little honey on things. You're right about that. But it's just not him. Now, I will say this. The one last thing is Paul Allen. The Blazers, they ran super fat.
Oh,
absolutely. Fatter than and I know
beyond
that
bloated.
Beyond bloated. For many, many years, you have to understand that. Like when a guy like Tom Dundon buys the team and comes in and sees that. Hell, who's the other rich guy? Who's the Oracle guy that everyone was talking about?
Larry Ellison?
Yeah, Ellison or whatever. Like, let's say a guy who's way richer than Tom Dundon came in and bought
done a lot of
He's going to do a lot of this because Paul Allen, at the time, was one of the
spent.
richest men in the world. He just spent no matter what. And to think that wasn't going to change no matter who owns the team, you're crazy.
They said Paul Allen lost close to $1 billion running the Blazers.
And it was great for everybody that worked over there, I would imagine. But everybody knew this was coming.
Yes.
Yes, a little. The PR could be better, but I also don't know that it was handled all that poorly, even internally.
Yeah, it's just an S storm, and I'm waiting because I want this city to embrace the team. I want the team to embrace the city, and I just want something good. I've always said I want wins for the city. The city needs wins, and God, we need one right now. We need something good to talk about, which is why come August 12th or whatever it is, when it ends up being the vote, I certainly hope this money gets the bill, like all this funding gets passed, and we can actually start getting some details and some artist rendering, and we can move past some of this crap.
I think the thing I would like to see is I kind of want to just see how Tom Dundon operates with the roster.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the John Morant deal was a little head-scratching, but at the same time, I thought they got a good deal for him. So I just that's it. Like, what happens with the product on the court? We still don't really know how he's going to operate, and that's what I'm waiting to see. And that's probably the most important.
Yeah.
All right, so the NFL is coming up next because we are going to discuss who is most likely worst to first. We're at the Kingston. We're partying. It is filling up. The AC is on. The beer is flowing. The Reyka vodka is flowing. The Razzle Dazzle lemonade is a hit.
It's chilled.
There are kits. There are hots. There are wings. There is leopard print. It's unbelievable in here right now.
Get out.
The Kingston on West Burnside. We'll be right back on The Fan.
Now, here's a
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting the FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again tonight as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the visa approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as Portland Fire guard Bridget Carlton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in a WNBA All-Star event. Carlton will compete in a three-point contest during WNBA All-Star Weekend starting this Friday, but before that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest. Make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NBA news for you. According to Shams Charania, as the Houston Rockets are hiring Chip Englund as a new assistant coach. Englund will join Ime Udoka's staff after spending the last 4 seasons in OKC after a 17-year run in San Antonio. I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports.
I was just talking to someone about what happened at the Blazers. I don't want to belabor this, but on the broadcast team that was fired today, so Neil Everett is gone, Michael Holton's gone, Travis Demers, Kevin Calabro, Jamie Hudson. Apparently, and so I alluded earlier when we were talking about this to the idea that the Blazers may not need to be on the radio.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, their radio broadcast has bounced around to different stations in the city.
Yes.
For many years.
Many years.
To the point where, hell, even I, who is in radio, was confused as to where to find them, several years ago. I remember being in the car like, I wonder what the Blazers do, and that game was coming down the wire. I was like, God, what station are they on? Right?
Sure.
So they've been on AM, and I know that I don't know how much I could say here, but I'll just ask for forgiveness later.
Okay.
I know that the Fan was sniffing around trying to get the Blazers over to the Fan. That did happen recently, but it didn't work out. We're on FM now. I just wonder, when Tom Dundon and his team sit down and really look at the money, do they need a radio broadcast? Well, I was just talking to someone who happens to be here who said, basically Tom Dundon looked at the radio broadcast and said, the radio station needs to pay for that or I'm leaving.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, in other words, he has no value for the radio broadcast because I would imagine it doesn't make him a ton of money.
I'm guessing it makes him no money or costs him money.
And he has to pay for it.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's flipping the script saying you pay for it and you can have our games.
Yeah. That's
where we're at with NBA on AM radio right now.
Yeah.
And look, I'm sorry, I cannot blame Tom Dundon for that. I know, I love radio. We're in radio. We've moved to FM, and listen, you guys have been wondering, I always get asked this, we're doing great on FM.
Yes. It's a game changer.
By us moving to the FM, it meant so many more people are exposed to our product.
Not even close.
And Odyssey, our parent company, as much as I bitch about them, they are really good about getting, or at least lately, about getting our the nationwide sports products that they have in front of as many people as they can. That's the key. But when you're sitting on AM radio in a town the size of Portland, why are you paying for that, right? And that's what Tom Dundon said. And so now, and that's why you're getting all these cuts, because nobody wants to, one side doesn't want to pay him, the other side doesn't want to pay him, because there isn't that much revenue coming in from it.
The biggest difference here is you had an ownership group that didn't care because they didn't care about losing money.
100%.
And the Blazers lost money.
100%.
They did. Like, you heard that time and time again that they lost money. And you had an owner that it didn't matter to because it was a passion project and he didn't care about losing money. And this is why I said when the new owner came in, my number one thing that I wanted was someone that I wanted the Waltons. I wanted Larry Ellison. I wanted someone that had $100 billion. Because when you have $100 billion, the Steve Ballmers of the world, you're like, whatever. That's not the reality. And that stinks. But this is the reality that you had a team that doesn't make a lot of money, that doesn't have a lot of sponsorship dollars, that is not in a city right now that has a lot of money in it. And he's coming in and looking at it and saying, why the hell am I paying for all this?
Right.
And you're seeing the bloodletting. And I hope that eventually, when the dust settles on all this and the cuts have been made and wins start piling up, sponsorship comes back, viewers, all that stuff starts progressing, and he has it where he's running kind of a leaner operation, much like he runs in Carolina, that all this stuff can become an unpleasant memory, but something that we put in the past. But you have, what do they say? A fat pig feeds, a bloated pig gets slaughtered, something along those. We were a bloated pig, and it's getting slaughtered right now, and it's going to suck, and the bloodletting's going to suck. But eventually it has to stop, and once the season starts, that's why I think this is such a big season. They need to hit the ground running. We need wins. This needs to be a playoff team. We need Damian Lillard to be the old Damian Lillard, right? We need Klingon to become an all-star. You need Scoot to take that next step. You have to start putting some goodwill into this team. And if you do, I think some of this stuff can be forgiven. But right now, this is gonna be rough, and some really hard feelings are being created. But you're so right in that
it's just business, man.
It's just business at this point.
We are the biggest radio advocates.
Yes.
Okay? But even you and I can look at this objectively and say,
I understand.
The radio business model of having an NBA team on an AM station in Market 25, it don't pencil.
It doesn't.
The sales, the ratings, and there is value. Now, see what Paul Allen, or I think whoever at the Blazers,
there was value to
determined before Tom Dundon was, hey, there's value in staying on the radio. There's value in presenting our product on the radio. More people can hear us, well, whatever. And we'll pay for it. That's fine. This guy doesn't see it that way.
No.
If it's not making money, I do too. I wish people that are in their cars or in their garage, or if you don't watch on the radio, maybe you're just old school and you just like hearing the call on the radio. It's a little simpler for you. There's a lot of reasons to listen to the team on the radio.
I do like that stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, but not enough.
No.
Not enough compared to how much revenue is coming in, and that's really all this is.
No.
And even we can admit, I get it.
Well, like with Calabro, I know for a fact that Calabro was one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive, play-by-play guy in the league because Paul Allen loved Kevin Calabro and they wanted him.
Well, Paul Allen fell in love with him back when Paul Allen fell in love with the NBA through the Sonics. And wasn't Kevin Calabro the Sonics guy?
And Kevin Calabro, by the way, will be the Sonics guy again. So this is where I'll defend it a little bit, even though it stinks. Kevin Calabro, this is kind of like revisionist history, right? When they fired Mike Barrett, that was one of the more unpopular decisions that have been made in 25 years. No one wanted Kevin Calabro. Everyone even said, well, that's not Mike Barrett. But eventually you came to accept Kevin, but Kevin was never a Blazer. Kevin was waiting for the Sonics to come back. And now that they are going to come back, Kevin is going to be back with the Sonics. And so what you had was an owner comes in and says, well, I have the most expensive play-by-play guy in the NBA.
Yeah.
And a guy, by the way, that isn't going to be here. He's going to be back up in Seattle. And the revenue that I'm bringing in from the TV side of things is one of the worst in the NBA. So if I'm bringing in the 29th best value, the 29th most money in sponsorship, why am I paying number one for a guy who's not even a fan favorite here? This isn't Mike Barrett. And so I think that's where you see kind of the cold-blooded nature of it, where he looks at it and says, none of this makes sense. But to the fan that's sitting there, all you see is another guy that got kneecapped and a low ball offer, and he's taking a shot at him and on the way out the door. And that's why I said I wish that the Blazers would come out and get ahead of this and have some goodwill PR, and whether it's Shield Tiled or Tom Dundon or just some sort of PR guy that comes out and explains your side of things.
Well,
because
there's no transparency.
No, there's not.
And that's the hard part.
And that's short-sighted.
And not only that, but a lot of people just don't understand business. And even if you do understand business, you still don't see those books.
No.
You don't know what they're weighing, and they'll never tell you what they're weighing.
No.
So therefore, you can't really make a decision other than with your heart.
Yeah, so if he let go of Kevin Calabro but brought back Mike Barrett, would anyone care that Kevin Calabro's gone?
No.
No. So it's all this weird thing that we're at the end of the day, he just needs to win. He really does. And that's the one thing that I hold on to. Because so many people get so pissed at me because they think I'm necessarily defending him. I'm not saying I like Tom Dundon. I just try to understand where he's coming from.
I don't like him, but I tell you what, I think he's going to actually be a good owner for the Blazers.
I do too.
But we just need to
You need to see it.
We'll have to get down the road on that first.
And that's kind of my thing. I think ultimately this is going to be a successful thing. And he has now put himself in the situation where you better win because the goodwill is gone. But if he does win, like he did in Carolina, because this all happened in Carolina. They fired a Hall of Fame broadcaster. They made all these same cuts. They had all this same kind of blustering going on in Carolina. But when they hoisted the Stanley Cup, no one gave an S because they won, and they won before that. So the one thing I would tell Blazer fan to hold on to is you have a guy that is obsessed with winning. And you don't have to love him, but if he brings you a winner and holds everyone accountable and says, we will win, and delivers that, ultimately, is that worth some of the uncomfortable nature of what we see right now? And that's up to you. But to me, some fringe programming, which I feel bad for, but that I don't particularly, and I don't watch Blazer pre and post, and I don't listen to a lot of games on the radio. And while I love some of those people and I respect some of those people, it doesn't affect my direct fandom. Ultimately, if they win, I'm okay with that. And that's up for each fan to decide. But if he does produce a winner here, I would ask the people, is it worth some uncomfortable times right now? And that's up for each individual, but he better win. He better win, and he better win soon.
All right, so we blew through that one. We're going to talk some NFL. We'll do it next. Which teams are best poised to go worst to first on The Fan?
The new home of the Portland. Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, the Razzle Dazzle lemonades are flowing.
Oh, it's so good.
We're here at the Kingston on West Burnside.
Courtesy of Reka Vaca.
We're partying. We're timbering. I see scarves.
It was too hot for my scarf today.
Yeah,
I got a couple timber scarves, and I thought about breaking one out, and I was like, nah.
it's not the best move on a 95-degree day.
Doesn't work with my leopard print either.
So the NFL, at least one team has gone worst to first in 20 of the last 23 seasons. Did you know that?
I can't say that I did. That's
worst to first.
That's a fun little. That's a fun little stat.
At least one. Now last year we had two.
We did. Who was the two last year?
You want to try and guess? Or do you want to take the coward's way out?
Did the Jags go worst to first?
No.
Jags did not go worst to first. I'm trying to think of who else would have been
One
there.
of them was in the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Patriots, duh.
Yeah.
Patriots, and who would have been the other one?
NFC.
NFC. Buccaneers, maybe?
Bears.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, which teams are best poised to go worst to first this year? I have 8 candidates for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm looking here at the last place teams.
Well, I've got them here. You don't need to look. I got you.
Well, there's one that is the clear. It's the answer. It's not even close.
Okay, so I will go with what I think you will say first.
Yes.
And I think you will say the Giants.
No.
Ah!
No.
You will say the Lions.
I will say the Lions. I would if you gave me the sports gun, it would take me 1 second to put the sports gun to my head and say the Lions.
Well, the Lions, a couple things they have going for them is their 2 new coordinators have settled in.
Yes.
They had a ton of injuries last year.
Yes.
And while their division is tough, there's a lot of parity in the division. There isn't that much difference between the Lions, Bears, Packers, and maybe even the Vikings.
The Bears last year at 11-6 were not that good. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. The Packers are fine. The Vikings, Kyler Murray, we'll see what happens there. You could still make the argument that the most talented roster in that division is in Detroit. So, Detroit was 9-8 last year with all the injuries and shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they were the only last place team to finish with a winning record.
Yeah, and they had a differential of plus 68.
Yeah.
The next best in that division was plus 31. So, the Lions were snake bitten last year.
I think we're sleeping on the Lions a little bit.
We are sleeping on the Lions.
Yeah.
And I know Terry and Arnold, my God, at least wait until the season to get yourself arrested, which is frustrating. But you still have a quarterback that has proven that he can get you deep into the playoffs, get you to a Super Bowl. I think you have arguably the best running back in the NFL. You have an elite tight end. You have 2 elite receivers. You've got some defensive juice on the other side of the ball, even though the Terry and Arnold thing is brutal. There is a lot to like about Detroit. That is hands down the team that can go worst to first.
Yeah. Giants are another candidate. They're going to be the popular choice.
Yes.
Because they got John Harbaugh.
Which, can I also say, John Harbaugh is a fine coach. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. But could you make the argument that the problem in Baltimore over the last 10 years has been John Harbaugh? He is overseeing some of the great collapses.
Yes.
But
they've been good. So we're talking, finishing first. The Giants, okay, so a couple things the Giants have going for them. One is their offensive line is going to be better.
Yes.
They have a second-year quarterback who broke out.
Did he break out?
Well, I think yes.
He was okay.
I think he's their guy. I think they think he's their guy.
Yes.
And they have a more experienced defense. They brought in some veterans on defense. The other thing, too, is they were 1-7 in one-score games last year.
Yeah.
So and that tends to regress to the mean.
Absolutely.
So the Giants are certainly going to be the most popular candidate for, I'd say for most fans to go worst to first.
Yeah.
The other thing is, too, you know who their offensive coordinator is? Do you remember who John Harbaugh brought in?
I should know this. I guarantee the moment you say it, I'm going to be like...
It's Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy, yeah.
That doesn't give me much confidence.
No.
The other thing, too, is where's Malik Neighbors at?
Yeah, where's Malik Neighbors at?
That's a big one.
Who, again, is going to have some lingering. I guess that has not been a smooth recovery. And then everyone keeps pointing to Cam Scatterboot. Why? Cam Scatterboot was okay in 3 games. And yet we act like that guy is some sort of bell cow.
Well, I think what they're going to say is Harbaugh's going to bring in a more punishing running game. They've got Scatterboot. They've got a better offensive line. I don't know. We'll see. They're going to be the sexy pick. You know the other one that's kind of sneaky, worst to first? Saints.
Yeah.
Because that division sucks.
That division sucks.
And, freaking Tyler Shuck.
He showed a little something.
He did. He finished second in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting.
Yep.
And they won 4 of their last 5 games. They have added some guys on defense. But I think the biggest thing is that division's terrible.
Yeah.
Why not the Saints?
That's really the only other pick. I mean, it's one of those 3. And to be honest with you, again, going sports gun, if you ask me who's my number 2, because it's clearly I'm Detroit, I think I would probably take New Orleans over New York simply because of that. No faith in Carolina. Atlanta has no sense of what they're doing there and who's going to play quarterback. I think you have 2 very wonky options. I do like the Buccaneers. I like Baker. But at the end of the day, they're still 8-9. And so maybe New Orleans, again, I just think, to me, the odds of them winning that division versus the Giants winning over an Eagles team, which is still good, a Dallas team that I think is going to be better. And if Jaden Daniels stays healthy and has a bounce-back year, remember, that's a team that 2 years ago was in the conference finals. Now, I think they shoved their chips in a little too early and they thought they were better than they were. But that's a team with still the potential to have an all-world quarterback. So I think you have 3 really, let's say, solid to good teams that you have to jump if you're the Giants. Whereas if you're the Saints, you have to jump 1 pseudo-quality team in the Buccaneers and then 2 bad teams in Carolina and Atlanta.
Yeah, they went 3-3 in the division last year.
Yeah.
Win a couple of those games and you could win the division.
But Arizona has 0 chance, and I mean 0. Yeah. Vegas, 0 chance. Tennessee, I'm not going to say 0 chance, but
I think Tennessee's interesting. I mean, I'm not saying they will go worst to first, but, Cam Ward, you could make the case he's the new Caleb Williams.
He looked better.
And they have a new defensive-minded head coach who brought in a bunch of veterans. They're going to have a bunch of veterans starting on defense. And that division, no team really has a stronghold on that division.
No, but I believe Jacksonville and Houston are both really good teams. Indy, we'll see what happens with their quarterback situation, but again, you're not jumping over the Houston. I mean, the Texans and the Jags were 13 and 12 win teams. You're not going from 3 wins to 13, which is going to take to win that division.
I think the Titans may be better, but
they're not. Yeah.
So the Jets have no chance.
No chance.
Although they do have a better roster than the Dolphins, probably.
They got Geno Smith.
But they have Geno Smith.
And the Cleveland Browns have, I don't know, whoever.
Well, they got a bunch of rookies, but they have, dude, I was in researching this today. You know they haven't won the division since 1989?
The Browns?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
So they're not going to do it. Although, if you get some rookies to pop, Jared Verse stays healthy.
Yeah, whatever.
They still don't have a quarterback.
No, none. Cleveland has.
The Raiders, listen, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to do it, but the Kubiak, Mendoza, Genti, that's kind of intriguing. Their offensive line's been beefed up. They kept Crosby, but it's such a tough division.
They play in the toughest division.
Yeah,
in football.
they ain't winning that thing.
To be honest with you, if you asked me, the Raiders to win the division or the Raiders to win 6 games?
The Waiters.
The Waiters. Under 6 games, I'll take the under. They're going to win 5 games. They're not winning the division. And by the way, I don't even think Mendoza's going to play for a while. He's going to sit.
Well, they got Cousins.
They got Cousins.
Pretty good.
He's going to sit for a little bit.
Backup.
I mean, you can go up and down the NFL, and there's some tough divisions. The Denver Broncos might be the best team in the AFC, might be the best team in the NFL, period, if Bo Nix is healthy. The Chargers, who, again, when healthy, the Chargers are really, really good. Oh, and then, by the way, Patrick Mahomes is ready to go week 1 in Kansas City by all accounts. Have fun with that.
What are the odds of the Raiders winning the division? I haven't looked at this. I'll find that at the break.
0.5. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if they win the division, that may be the greatest upset in division football history. Well, who was the English team that won the Premier League?
Leicester. Wait, Patrick. Leicester City, is that right?
Leicester City.
Leicester. Sorry. Okay, Leicester. Okay, Leicester City.
Leicester City winning the Premier League would be the Raiders not winning they're just winning the AFC West.
All right. There's a little hot NFL talk for you bitches.
Hey. I can't. I started watching the new quarterback.
Oh yeah, I heard it's good.
It's weird because no one's good.
Well, it's Flacco.
Yeah.
Who else is on there?
It's Flacco. It's Jaden Daniels, who had a terrible year last year.
Yeah.
And then who are the other ones that they had? Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Who
he's interesting.
He's interesting. By the way, they are trying to do the Tyreek Hill whitewash.
Great guy.
He's a great guy. Like
we all know Baker's a douche.
Well, the first episode they talk about like when he met his wife and how his life changed after that. They didn't mention like the Cheesecake Factory and all the other things.
Why the hell you think they're going to mention that?
Well, I'm just saying. Like I was watching it with the BTJ and my daughter, and they're like, "Oh, that's
nice
so
guy.
sweet." And I was like, "Yeah, look up Cheesecake Factory." I'm like,
that's what those shows are, though.
they're sports
I've
watching.
heard it's actually good. This
and then Cam Ward.
Oh, Cam Ward's on there.
So you have like none of those people had good years. Like it was all kind of a disaster, with the exception of Baker, who was like a few games above 500. So it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Knowing that going in, you're like,
But I am going to queue it up. I've heard it's actually pretty interesting.
I've watched the first couple of.
Because I watched last year. Last year was Cousins,
Burrow,
Goff, and Burrow.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Netflix. Yeah. So I'm just jonesing because we got. I'm already kind of.
It's
I
there.
mean, I know college football is exciting, but I like when the NFL comes around, I get a little.
You know what you're doing? You're cutting the lines.
I am cutting the lines.
You're cutting the lines.
Just a little chopping.
You're rolling the bills.
You know what this is going to lead to? Me watching an unhealthy amount of preseason football.
Yeah. Oh, well, of
it
course.
gets me I tell myself I'm not going to do it, and then the lines. I don't even chop someone chops the lines for me, and then they're like, "Hey, you want to sit down at this table and watch some preseason football?" And next thing you know, I'm a damn Hoover vacuum.
Watery diarrhea talk.
All right.
Next.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Morton, shotgun snap, looks, pressure comes, gets hit, goes down. Tatum Tuioti with a sack, and Oregon is going to get the ball inside the Texas Tech 30-yard line.
That clip was from back in the fall as Tatum Tuioti got home to the quarterback. You should expect a few more of those coming this fall, as we are just 45 days away from the start of Ducks football. This Ducks Report is presented to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
The biggest questions of the day.
Would he be our best player?
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers are back in action tonight hosting FC Dallas inside Providence Park. Interim head coach Jack Cassidy will take over the coaching duties once again tonight as newly hired head coach Marty Cifuentes awaits the visa approval process. Kickoff set for 7:30 as you can catch all of tonight's coverage right here on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame coverage kicks off at 6:30. Over to the WNBA as Portland Fire guard Bridget Carlton will make franchise history this week as the team's first participant in the WNBA All-Star events. Carrollton will compete in the three-point contest during WNBA All-Star Weekend this Friday. But before she does that, your Portland Fire hosts the Dallas Wings tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Dallas Wings star Paige Beckers is listed as questionable coming into the contest, but make sure to catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some NBA news for you. According to Shams Charania, as the Houston Rockets are hiring Chip Englund as the new assistant coach. Englund will join Ime Udoka's staff after spending the last 4 seasons in OKC after a 17-year run in San Antonio. I'm Laura Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fans. That's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my.
Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
Well, I got to say, a little disappointed in lowercase right there.
Yeah, that long pause. We were waiting for that to be filled in. And
that's for Buck made that.
That was just empty.
And he wants that to contain drops.
It's a canvas for the producer to explore the studio space.
Fail.
And apparently lowercase was busy, I don't know, like
tell you what.
He was busy going over the Pittsburgh Steelers too deep.
I'm guessing that's not far from the truth.
Yeah, he was doing a mock draft for next year.
Well, that's okay. We're here at the Kingston. We're drinking Razzle Dazzle lemonades.
Yeah. Now, I've had the Razzleberry lemonade, but I've never had a Razzle Dazzle until today. And let me tell you, on a hot day, that's delightful.
I just ordered another one.
As well, you should.
So good.
Well, Reykjavik, I mean, it is from Iceland. It is the refreshing drink.
Yes. And it's hot.
It is hot.
So we got to talk about watery bacteria. Actually, it's not bacteria. It's a parasite.
That's exciting.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Giardia.
Yeah.
You ever had Giardia?
No.
Mess you up. We had a guy.
Does that give me sludge butt?
Yeah. Like you get it from drinking, you get it from water, like contaminated water. We had a guy at one of our linemen at BYU get himself some Giardia, and let me tell you, that was the gift that kept on giving for like a year because we just made fun of him nonstop, and he did. That poor bastard, he really couldn't control it, so he had several incidents, and.
God.
If you're hanging out with old linemen and you have to mess yourself, you're never going to hear the end of it. Quite frankly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me at BYU was that guy getting it. poor son of a bitch. Matt Johnson, you were a beautiful man, but couldn't control himself with a bout of Giardia.
So this whole outbreak of the RIA that has caused massive panic in the streets in the United States.
Started at what? Did we ever figure out, was this Taco Bell linked?
They don't know. That's part of why this is such a big story, is that it's really hard to trace produce outbreaks.
Yeah.
You know?
Why? Because it's just so widespread.
Well, there's just a lot of different sources.
Sure.
And then, it's so widespread. They have cases, apparently, of this. So it's called, it's called Cyclospora.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun name.
And it's a parasite, not a bacterium.
Yeah.
And it contaminates food or water through human poo-poo.
Yeah. You got the dung hands.
It is, it's not person-to-person spread. So in this article that I was reading, it said...
I think that's what you get when you lick the Portland Bubblers, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful.
They said that if one farm that grows, lettuce for Taco Bell or what's the farms that's... Taylor Farms, I guess, is the one that there's been a recall on, the supplier. If there's one farm where, say, a worker doesn't have... Oh,
look at that.
Thank you so much. What service? I got another Razzle Dazzle lemonade.
As well you should.
If there's one farm where a worker doesn't have clean hands, like a place to wash their hands,
that can spread.
Yes, it can affect the whole family, like the whole country.
It feels like we should all have that then,
bro.
No offense, but if you're out there working in the fields, I'm guessing that hand sanitation isn't necessarily like number one
100%.
of the priorities, although maybe it should be.
100%. So the hallmark symptom is prolonged watery diarrhea.
That's fine.
Often lasting weeks.
Yeah, that seems like a long time. Like,
bro.
And this isn't normal diarrhea either.
Weeks.
They call it explosive diarrhea.
And you may think 2 weeks. What if it's 6 weeks? What if it's 8 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is no good.
No.
Other symptoms include cramping, bloating, nausea, fatigue, weight loss, loss of appetite, and sometimes vomiting or low-grade fever. There are over 11,000 cases in the United States, 46 states, most of them in Michigan or Ohio.
Can I say that across the country, 11,000 isn't nearly as bad as I would have thought?
No, it isn't.
For all this talk, and look, no.
But this is one of the biggest outbreaks ever, though.
Yeah, it just seems like if you would have told me an explosive bout of diarrhea is sweeping the land, I would have guessed a couple million. So could
be.
Could you make it's not being reported. I don't know about you, but if I get a case of the explosive diarrhea, no one other than the BTJ is finding out about
That's right.
that.
I'm not telling anybody.
I keep that to myself.
I might not even tell my wife.
It's true.
She doesn't need to know.
Look, I have long said on this program that I've battled IBS for years and years. What causes it? Probably my diet and my refusal to accept the fact that I'm lactose intolerant and probably have some sort of gluten allergy. But the amount of times that I have bathroom emergencies, that is no one's business but my own.
You talk about your bowels with your wife?
No. Well,
because I don't really, but sometimes she'll bring it up.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me uncomfortable.
Really?
Well, I mean, not uncomfortable. It's like I don't want to know that.
You know, because what will happen is I can eat something, and then I'm sitting downstairs, and like if she's sitting with me, it can go from we're enjoying a lovely evening of House of Dragon or whatever we're watching, I will shove her off of me, and I got to go. Because when it hits, I got to go, and I got to go now. And so at that point, she knows. But let's say I'm walking the dog, and this does happen, unfortunately.
You tell the dog about it?
No, but he's got my back. We watch each other. I watch him. He watches me. Look, on more than one occasion, I've had to find some bushes. And
wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the doo-doo?
Yeah, it happens.
Wow.
And so when that goes down,
that's a bit of a problem.
You know who finds out about that? Nobody. Now, whether that happens or not, who's to say? I could be making it all up. I'm just saying, if it did happen, no one's finding out those details. I take those with me. If I have to do the foot wedge to cover some stuff up one day and find some bushes because there's an emergency that happens, that's no one's damn business but me and the dog. And it's going to his grave. We have we watch each other's back.
But if you're at home,
yeah,
and your wife and you are doing your soon-to-be wife, or is she?
Now this is. Again, your liberal agenda is fake news.
News was broken yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
It's being glossed over, but it was broken.
Dude, that was CNN BS fake news. I listen to Newsmax. I get real news. So if you see a ring on this finger, no.
Let's say you're sitting around and she's doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And you're doing your own thing. You're at different parts of the house.
Yeah.
And you have explosive dirty squirties.
Yeah.
Are you telling her that?
No, but she's going to know.
She'll smell it?
Well,
she'll hear it.
There's the problem is you hear me running. And if you hear me running in the house, one of three things has happened. Something's on fire, like there's a burglar, or, look, I got to go do something. Because like I said, when it hits me fast. And this is why,
Like how fast? Give me a... Like, what if you had it now? Like, you haven't had this on the show.
No. But if you also notice that I don't eat a lot when we go out on location.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So if you got hit right now,
yeah,
could you finish the segment? We've got maybe 5 minutes.
No. No.
That's fantastic.
So, I mean, like, we get offered a lot of stuff when we go out, wings, onion rings, all that stuff.
Yeah. Chicks.
I do not, they just fling them. I do not eat bar food when I'm on the program. Is it a guarantee that's going to happen? No. Am I rolling the dice and playing a little craps? Absolutely. And yes, if I was sitting here right now.
That's terrifying.
And something were to occur, this segment is not getting finished. The headphones are getting thrown off.
Well, I'll finish it.
You'll finish it.
But you won't.
I will not.
Yeah, see, that to me is no good. Like, I couldn't handle that. Like, I need to be pretty regular. and I know if I'm eating something, if it's a crapshoot, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is I can't guarantee what it is that I'm eating. So
you don't know what it is?
I think it's a combination of things. I do know that dairy is dangerous.
Yeah.
If you put a nice banana split sundae in front of me here, and we shared it Lady and the Tramp style because that's how we do it. It's very romantic. It's erotic. We're eating the banana split. It's very hot. I'll tell you right now, before the end of the program, something's going to happen. Ice cream is dangerous. So I do have to – I understand when I'm playing a home game and when I'm playing a road game. And when I'm at home, I'll take some chances. Like on the road, I play a very conservative offense. Think about like a Harbaugh-led team. We got a power run game. We're going to play good defense, and we're going to beat you 13-10. When we're at home, I'm throwing the ball all around the field. I'm taking chances. And, yeah, I'm going to throw some interceptions, but it's okay. I'm willing to push it downfield. And this is something that I've just had to deal with for years.
You know what you are? You're Geno Smith.
I am Geno Smith.
You're leading the league in interceptions.
Yes, but we're going to
taking some sacks.
We're going to take some sacks.
But you're leading the offense.
Yes. So when I hear about these outbreaks, I laugh.
Well, so I'm apparently
like, welcome to my world.
Hundreds of people. Yeah, but see, I don't think you're appreciating how watery the diarrhea is.
Well, I don't think you're appreciating what I have to deal with.
Thank you. Bye. There go the Reykjavik.
The Reykjavik people are on their way out.
They're out of there. Yeah. Thank you. Love you.
They've pre-gamed here, and now they're on their way over to the Timbers game.
Love your hot body. Okay, so I don't think you're appreciating how watery and explosive the diarrhea is. People are going to the hospital.
Well, I've never been to the hospital, but also I'm not a coward. I deal with mine.
If it keeps going for like 3 weeks, aren't you going to the hospital?
I've dealt with mine for like 20 years.
Yeah, but 3 consecutive weeks, like every day, all your doo-doos.
I'm not going to say
upside down volcanoes.
Well, that's true.
Bro, come on. You're talking a big game. That's bullshit. Get out of here. You're going to the hospital.
Look, I've never been to the hospital once for a stomach issue, and I'm not about to start now. Dude, be an athlete. Stay on your feet. Suck it up.
Investigators believe multiple outbreaks are occurring simultaneously, which makes it much harder than usual to identify a single source. So they're looking into lettuce, shredded iceberg lettuce, supplied by Taylor Farms and served at some Taco Bell locations.
That makes me so happy.
I know.
The idea that you have to differentiate between regular Taco Bell diarrhea and explosive lettuce diarrhea
100% on
amazing.
brand. Oh, we got to take a picture.
We got to take a photo.
Hi, live on the air.
That's how we do it.
FDA laboratory test initially appeared positive, was later determined to be false positive about Taylor Farms. So they've been raked over the coals. There may be a lawsuit there.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to get, like, they're getting canceled and people aren't ordering their stuff.
Yeah.
Other products include cilantro is being investigated in separate regional clusters.
I'm not happy about that because who doesn't love a nice little bit of cilantro?
Here's the other thing
My
you
street
need to know.
tacos need it.
Yeah, I love cilantro. You know who hates cilantro? I think there are 2 types of people in the world. People that love cilantro and people that hate it.
Well, there's people that I dislike.
My wife and my kid hate.
Really?
Yeah, they hate it. They think it tastes like soap.
Why would I? If I'm eating a street taco, I have to have cilantro.
No, they don't. They hate it. They think it tastes like soap.
That's right out.
So one reason the outbreak has been difficult to control is that apparently Cyclospora is unusually resistant to routine washing and sanitizing.
Wow.
So you know when they say, like on the bottle of the hand sandy, it's like kills 99.9% of
the
germs.
0.1?
This is the 0.1. And it gives you doo-doo butts.
I hear Reka vodka kills it, though.
Well, I tell you what, these are strong, and they very well might.
I think that's the key. If you feel like you're having explosive diarrhea, have yourself a razzle-dazzle Reka vodka lemonade.
So they say rinsing your lettuce under the faucet may not remove the doo-doo.
That's bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So it's gotten a lot of attention because the scale of the outbreak is unusually large. People are staying sick for a long time, and they don't know the culprit.
Ooh.
That's why this is a big headline.
Yeah. Well, is it possible now that we're just living with this?
And the food that causes it is something that we eat
all
constantly, and millions of people eat it.
Well, welcome to my world, people.
I had a salad today, and I was like, what am I doing?
You know
and
what
then I thought, I'll be fine.
You know what I say? Embrace the horror. Embrace it. Just put your arms around it and be like, this is the world we live in now.
If you could have, if you had 3 weeks
Yeah.
of consecutive puking or consecutive diarrhea,
Oh.
which would you choose?
Diarrhea.
You would take the diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't want to puke.
Yeah, I don't like the puking.
I don't like puking.
Yeah.
I've thrown up like 3 times in 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, we don't. You know, I don't throw up.
You always feel better after it, though.
I know. Like sometimes you have to force yourself to do it. The other end, though, I can deal with that.
Yeah. Well, there's your watery diarrhea talk.
That you didn't know you need.
It drove everyone out of here.
That is true.
They're all gone.
Everyone cleared out. The Reka vodka people were like, we're done.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Are women really better multitaskers than men?
Yes.
Next.
Friendships of Spain.